Hello everyone, this is Jersey Lee Z, you can call me Lee, and it took a little bit longer to start the stream today because I was busy getting literally one fucking miss on a Project Sakai map, god damn it. But anyways, we're here, Edgeworth is queer, and you know, someone has murdered on the airline. And it will not be their last. Actually, it might be, because we're probably gonna send them to jail. Real. Yeah. It was painful. Really fucking painful. God, that plane is thick. It is a thick plane. Like, that's why the kid's staring like, goddamn. I don't think any of these other characters are references, right? I know this guy is the guy that was, like, having a panic attack on the plane. But, like, this is the only, like, reference, like, outside of this game, I think, right? Salmonella. I know that once we had landed, I'm supposed to let the local police take over. And thanks to Miss Tenero and Miss Meal, I was able to preserve the crime scene. I mean, those are my two top suspects, so I don't know about preserving the crime scene, man. But I just can't shake it. I wasn't able to talk with Miss Tenero in private. So I'm left wondering just what was she up to? Why did she do what she did? What'd she do again? She did, like... Huh. What did she do? I know she designed that ugly-ass fucking suitcase, but, like... Oh, yeah, she lied about getting permission from the captain, right? I think she just did that for us, right? There must be a way for me to continue my investigation. Who? Wait, I know this theme. Wait, is this fucking... Wait. I've been expecting you, Miles Edgeworth. Wait, no. I've been expecting you, Miles Edgeworth. There she is, the boss bitch! My favorite siblings in the fucking series, bro. Franziska, I thought you were still in Germany. I go where I am needed. And wherever there are criminals to be caught. I didn't think she'd show up so soon. Yeah. You know, she's very whip happy. Her name is Franziska von Karma, and she's my sister, basically, even though our shared father is a jackass and also dead, I think. The daughter of my mentor, Manfred von Karma. She, like myself, is a prosecutor. Except, you know, she wields a weapon in court that isn't just logic. I don't understand. Are you heading up this case? It would be a bit of a relief if you are. I can't trust anyone else. Don't you try to flatter me, Miles Edgeworth. I'm placing you under arrest. What the fuck? But I proved myself innocent. What do you mean? What? It's quite frustrating, actually. I had hoped to exact my revenge on you in a different venue. The courtroom, where you are a defense attorney for whatever reason. But I'll have to take what I can get. I never thought I'd see the day. Can you murder someone with a whip? Absolutely, dude. Like, that shit was built to, like, make someone bleed out. Now, when a disciple of the House of Von Karma would become a criminal, have you no shame? I'm sorry that all of my foreign accents are just Russian. I can't do any other accent. Wait, it has all been a big misunderstanding. I didn't kill the victim. A misunderstanding? I know it was in an elevator, and I know how you get in elevators. I heard all about the murder over the police radio from the captain himself. You waited for the victim on the first floor and then beat him to death. What the no? Woman, I have class. Franziska, do you honestly believe that I killed a man? Yes. Well, actually no. If, either of us were to kill a man, it would definitely be me. And I've come very close. I suppose I should reserve judgment until after I have investigated this for myself. I can put your arrests on hold until then. That's as it should be. Huh! I don't need a lecture on how to perform my duties from you of all people. To be perfect in every way, the fulfillment of that creed alone is all I strive for. Well, I have my own creed, which I must fulfill, so why don't we solve this together? What's your creed, dude? Pursue the truth? Where'd you learn that one, huh? From your boyfriend? Your husband? Edgy and exactly weak, but he's not beat a man to death strong? Yeah, of course not. He is... Listen, he's too classy to beat a man to death. If he were to kill someone, it would be in a really, intellectual way. Franziska, however, would beat a man to death. Either with her whip or with her fists. I believe she could do it either way. I have to get going. The crime scene awaits. Don't you dare leave town. Trust me, I had no intention to. Detective Gumshoe. Yes, sir! Oh, hello, Gumshoe. Too slow. Ow! I love the little HD sprites, dude. They're so cool. I love them. Listen up. I'm leaving you in charge of watching this man. Don't mess up, understand? Aww. She knows that Edgeworth is, comfortable with Gumshoe. Mr. Edgeworth, I'm supposed to guard him? Keep forgetting how big that man is. He's large. He's a large man. A simple yes or no, detective. And it better be yes, or else your salary is on the line, or your life. Ah! Yes, sir. Understood, sir. You just leave it to me. Miles Edgeworth. I like how she calls him by his full name every single time. It's so funny and so dramatic. It's just like a pair of theater kid siblings, If you interfere with my investigation, I'll arrest you on the spot. Are we clear? Now then, if you'll excuse me. Alright, cunty bitch. Oh, good to see you again, Mr. Edgeworth, sir. Boy, am I glad to see you're okay. Thank you, detective. I believe in you, sir. You can lean on me. I'll get you through this. I have to admit I'm a bit curious as to what Franziska's up to. I don't know. Dealing with the murder? I feel like there's only max 5 different prosecutors in this entire world at this point, Court in this world might as well be a high-stakes theater. And this is my... this is my, video essay as to why Ace Attorney takes place in the world of Genshin Impact. Because they do the same exact thing in Genshin. There's a courthouse where they have actual trials where people get, put to death. But they're put on, shows. And it's crazy, because that powers the entire city. And it also kills God. Your Honor, my client said nuh-uh. Well, we don't really take clients in this game, at least. Sounds hilarious. It's so good, actually. Fontaine has my favorite story. It's, funny, but also fucking tragic at the end. How's it going? It's going alright. I'm just prosecuting, except not really. I'm acting more like a defense attorney, but I can walk around, so that's different. Maybe I should ask the good detective. Very well, in that case, I have a few questions for you. Ba-na-na-na. Lunchland. Wait. Not bad. I guess it's gotten big enough to warrant its own bread shops. Wait, isn't Lunchland? Wait, what's her fucking name? Is it Angel Star? I want to say the lady with the big tits in the fifth case in the first game. I think, yeah, wasn't that like her company or something? Lunchland? I guess that's also a reference. It's just not her particularly. What should I go with?
I recommend our airport special World Flags lunchboxes, only available for a limited time. We have a variety of lunchboxes made up to look like different countries' flags.
I wonder if they're aiming to take Lunchland to the international market. Maybe. This man was in first class with me. He was quite shaken up by the whole affair. I did it! I made it the whole flight. I'm not scared of turbulence anymore. He must have been pretty scared. He's repeating the same thing over and over to himself. Not that I can, say anything. I was kind of, saying my own mantras before passing out when that skyquake happened. Looking from behind. I think I've seen this man somewhere before. Fake it till you make it. Oh, God.
In Soviet Russia, World Flags lunchboxes eat Jew.
God, I fucking hate this guy. Fuck. That is such an out-of-pocket reference, too.
Found it! LOL! Oh, I feel a wave of creative powers coming on! It's over 9,000! LOLs!
I hate it. I fucking hate it.
For my next elite movie, it's gonna be the Steel Samurai Warrior of Neo Tokyo.
How did he do that with his mouth? He spelled it out. He didn't say elite. He said L33T.
Versus the World Samurai, Champion of Earth. It's gonna be Roxers. Oh, it's gonna Roxers so many boxers.
I'm gonna cry, man. So the Steel Samurai is finally getting a movie. I'll have to check it out. That's what you took out of that? What a view of the planes preparing for takeoff. He's actually gonna kill me. When did the original game come out? 2009. So these were like relevant, at least. These were like timely references. But man, man, I aged like a decade. I aged a whole decade, maybe two, like hearing all of that. Besides the turbulence, they're really not all that bad as a mode of transportation. Better than Boeing. This child seems to be happily enjoying the sight of so many planes.
Wow, I'd love to take a run down that runway.
Oh, the youth of today. So much potential, yet so misguided. Ugh, stupid. I was never a child. I was always a full-grown man. Even though, that's straight up not true. I should try to get some information out of Detective Gumshoe first. Okay. Do I have anything to present? Hey Gumshoe, what do you think about this, like, ugly-ass fucking suitcase?
So, this design, it's, so postmodern, sir.
Postmodern, you say? A fully grown boy.
Yeah, especially this alien-shaped handle here. You can really feel a connection.
A connection. Right. Detective, please stop with your horrible impression of an art critic.
But I was only telling you my honest feelings, sir.
Oh, poor Gumshoe. Poor Gumshoe. What about this?
What is this? This raccoon-looking thing?
It's not a raccoon, it's the mascot of GoU Airlines. His name is Captain Ugo, and apparently he's supposed to be a monkey. Is he?
Oh, I'm feeling some inspiration coming on.
No, please, not like the other guy.
I'm gonna make a piggy bank out of the police mascot, the Blue Badger.
Oh god, not that fucking thing.
Then whenever there's any loose change lying around the precinct, it can go in there.
Sure, sounds great. As long as it isn't any of my money. I don't think Gumshoe gets paid. The Blue Badger's creepy as fuck. For real! Like, that thing killed a person, I swear. Initial investigation. So how was the initial investigation going?
We just shipped the body off to the coroner's office.
There we go.
And we're taking statements now, sir.
That sounds like Franziska. She was always good at quick responses to a case. Greedy bitch. She would always take the cases that I wanted.
I'd say she was a little too quick, sir.
Oh? How so? A man needs a raise and a vacation. He wouldn't take a vacation. He would take a raise, but he would lose it immediately, you know? He would get his salary docked again.
I rushed on over as soon as I got word of the affair, sir. But somehow, when I got here, Miss Von Karma was already out here barking out orders at everyone. It was kind of creepy, as though she knew there'd been a murder or something, and had come in advance to await your flight's arrival.
That is sort of odd. She did show up rather quickly and out of the blue. Plus, I still don't know why she's here in America. There must be some backstory to all of this. Oh yeah, that's true. We're not in Germany, straight up. So, fuck is she doing here? My sister.
Miss Von Karma just kind of popped up at the prosecutor's office about a week ago, sir. Something about chasing down leads related to a certain incident.
No details?
It's kind of top secret, so she can't talk about it, even with me, sir.
Knowing her, the only type of talking she likes to do is with her whip. I don't quite like those conversations. Plus, I doubt the top secret part was what stopped her from talking to you, Detective. Although, I wonder if her case has anything to do with mine. I mean, probably. Why else would she be here so quickly?
Anyway, that's about all the info I have, sir. I literally just got here. We should find out more as we investigate.
Yes, it is high time to resume my investigation. Starting with talking to the people involved in this case afresh. Hell yeah.
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay, that's it. Is there anything that I can do in America? Unfortunately not. Sorry, America. Who is that? The pilot? Oh, she's definitely fucking the pilot. That is the vibe that I'm picking up here. Oh god, the goofy music. So you must be the captain. Why, yes I am, and who might you be? I am the prodigy prosecutor, Franziska von Karma, and I have a few questions for you. Don't you dare, Captain, getting friendly with another woman. Where's the loyalty? Men these days. Yeah, she's fucking him. And I'll never forgive you if you do.
What are you talking about? I only have eyes for you, my dear Cammy.
I wouldn't bet money on our dear captain to be much of a reputable person.
Sure you don't want to ask the captain some questions, sir?
He was in the cockpit the entire time. I highly doubt he would know anything of use. Anyway,
I like to leave that type of witness to Franziska and her whip.
Edgeworth's just like, God, my sister is good.
Now see here.
Sorry. I'm sorry.
How long do you intend to hold me? It is impossible for me to be criminal. I told you.
Mr. LeBlanc.
Oh, it is you. Tell this man to stop stopping me from going. Time is money. I don't have even 1 second of wasteful time to spend.
Oh, so you're poor, is what you're saying. Elbozo. Did you finish taking his statement yet?
Yep, all done, sir.
I do not concern if you're not done examining the cargo hold. I want my cargo back.
It's kind of sus that you can't wait for, investigation to finish. A guy got murdered, dude.
If you make a single scratch on my art, you will pay.
Art? What sort of art?
Mr. LeBlanc is an art dealer, so he's got a bunch of artwork down in the cargo hold, sir. There's practically a mountain of them, large and small.
From folk costumes to stone statues, I sell all kinds of arts.
Folk costumes? Speaking of which, Mr. LeBlanc's hat kind of looks like that other piece of cloth. Oh, yeah, hold on. This thing. Interesting. Interesting information. For there to be this much blood on this piece of cloth, was the victim wrapped in it at some point? There's something very familiar about this fabric pattern. Yeah, do you have anything to do with this, brother? Mr. LeBlanc, can you please take a look at this for me?
Oh, it's a Virginian cloth.
As I suspected, your hat is made of the same material, I suppose.
Yes, of course. This fabric is so famous, orders come from over the seas for more.
Huh. Virginian cloth. Then this is the cargo you were talking about earlier.
No. My cargo this time is much many gigantic.
So words. So beautiful. He definitely has counterfeits. Oh, for sure, dude. Like, here's the thing, though. Do you think he knows?
You detective, when can I have my cargo moved?
Like, is he purposefully distributing counterfeits, or, like, has he been scammed?
You can get your cargo back when we're done investigating, pal.
The stubbornness of you police, it is no good. I usually just pay off police in Virginia. It is no good that attendant refuses to exit the attendance room too.
That's attendant? I wonder if he's talking about Miss Tenero. Now, either option would be funny, yeah. Rhoda Tenero. What did you mean by that attendant, Mr. LeBlanc?
She was taken into the attendance room for her interview. And they still have not come out. They make no sign of coming out either. I was finished with my own interview much earlier, quicker than her.
Why is Miss Tenero's interview the only one that's taking up so much time? Hello, sister.
Miles Edgeworth, you were given free rein to examine the plane, weren't you?
Why are you angry? Yes, I was able to obtain the cooperation of the flight attendants. Speaking of attendants, I'd like to speak with Miss Tenero. I wonder if you might grant me permission to enter the flight attendant's room. You know, they were like, I think Edgeworth was like 9 when he got adopted by Manfred von Karma. So, honestly, he should have already, like, developed an American accent. So I imagine that, like, it's just this, like, really weird family of genuine German accent, and just really, like, fucking faux British accent, cause, like, there's no reason why he would sound British, because he didn't live in Britain. He was, like, in Germany with the Von Karmas. But, like, look at him and tell me he's not British.
Before I do, you still have to clear up a few issues surrounding your own circumstances.
Ah, I understand.
You may have tricked those attendants with your sophisticated talking, but you can't pull the wool over my eyes, Miles Edgeworth.
Okay, whatever. I know you're just being pedantic to argue.
Let's not complicate things and go with the most obvious conclusion. The scene of the crime was here in the very lounge the body was discovered. From the time the victim was seen calling for an attendant until his body was found. The only person in this lounge the entire time was you, Miles Edgeworth. This unmistakably makes you the likeliest suspect.
Nuh-uh. The likeliest suspect, Franziska.
Do you have a problem with that?
No, but it's not like you to use such vague wording. You're usually a bit more absolute. You haven't called me a fool once.
I'm simply trying to watch out for you. Or is my kindness too hard for you to comprehend?
Thank you, but your leniency is unnecessary and also not kind. For I will prove my innocence soon enough. If I want to continue my investigation, I'll have to break her line of logic fast. He thinks British accents sound cool, so he trained his voice to speak it naturally.
Hold it!
Don't you think you're being a bit rash by simply declaring me the culprit?
I like my affairs to be simple and perfect. I'll show you the meaning of both when I finish this whole thing within 3 minutes.
You say that like you're cooking a pack of instant noodles. Yeah!
I won't allow even 3 seconds of useless testimony to be uttered in my presence.
I see she hasn't changed a bit. But I won't allow her to send me to prison so easily. This is just how they sibling banter, you know? They try to send each other to prison. Like, go to jail, idiot. Scene of the crime was here in the very lounge the body was discovered. Nuh-uh. Gumshoe sticking up for him. He is the best guard dog. He is the best guard dog with a guard dog, you know? Hello, Digi. Thanks for dropping by. So tell me, Franziska, do you know all there is to know about the crime scene?
I know all that I need to know in order to arrest you.
And nothing more?
Are you saying there is more I need to know?
Why did you with me, sir?
Sorry, Scruffy. My hand must have slipped.
Oh my god, I forgot about that pet name. I forgot that she calls him Scruffy. That's so fucking cute. It would appear that Franziska doesn't have all the facts of this case yet. Scene of the crime was here. Hold on. Do I have something that says otherwise? Oh yeah, the grape juice footprints, right? Or the suitcase.
Hold it!
What do you mean by scene?
Please stop pretending like you don't know. It's insulting. I know you did a preliminary, investigation before I could even get here, you cheater. Obviously, I'm talking about how Mr. Hicks was seen calling for an attendant at 5 a.m. And then, from the time after that call until the body was found. The only person in this lounge the entire time was you, Miles Edgeworth.
Hold it!
While it's true that I was in the lounge the entire time, I was passed out. There was turbulence. It felt like an earthquake. You know how I get around earthquakes, Franziska. That fact alone does not make me the criminal.
Objection!
Oh,
it's so nostalgic hearing the old objection voice lines.
we'll see about that. We'll see about that at the conclusion of this investigation. However, there is one thing that even you must admit at this time. This unmistakably makes you the likeliest suspect.
Hold it!
Nuh-uh.
Under the circumstances, I suppose I can agree that I am the most likely suspect.
But I believe in you, sir. I don't think you did it. I don't know anything about the case, but I don't think you did. Miss Von Karna's gotta believe that too, right? I mean, you two are like simply...
Quiet, Scruffy. Even if we were related by blood, that's no guarantee that he's not a criminal. Look at my papa. He killed a person and now he's dead. Franziska. I demand to see some proof that you are not the guilty party. The likeliest suspect, huh? What a roundabout euphemism. But it would appear that she doesn't yet know about the new evidence that we acquired and where we acquired it. I'll take care of the gaps in her logic one hole at a time. Scene of the crime was here in the very launch the body was discovered. I think the suitcase, right? Because that was transporting the body.
Objection!
Nuh-uh. Nuh-uh. Have you seen this ugly-ass suitcase, sister? It would appear that you did not, you did not have all the information you needed after all. And what does that mean? I found a nice piece of evidence just before I was forced to stop investigating. A piece that proves that the body was moved from a different location. Oh shit!
I love this objection theme. Or is this Cornered? Or Pursuit? I don't know. It's not... I don't think it's his objection theme, because that's Lying Coldly. I don't think it's Lying Coldly, right?
Would I be caught dead using this thing? Franziska, you know, this is an objective fact. The killer used this suitcase to move the victim's body, meaning that the real scene of the crime is not this lounge at all.
Objection!
Now who's the one rashly jumping to conclusions? Excuse me? All you did was find this piece of cloth inside the suitcase. That doesn't prove that the body was moved. It could be that the killer simply chose that suitcase as a good place to hide the cloth. I expected you would come to that conclusion. It would seem I can't escape that easily. You should know better than that. Von Karma is perfect in every way. Even murder. Ah, but did you know that the killer definitely wheeled the suitcase around at some point?
Objection!
As if there is proof of that. Where's the proof that this suitcase was moved around? Yoink.
Take that!
I spilled grape juice in front of the elevator. Yes, and I'd like to draw your attention to this area here. Where is the evidence that proves the killer dragged the suitcase through here?
I don't know, the fucking suitcase drag marks, dude?
Take that!
This mark here, wouldn't you say that it looks suspiciously like tracks from two wheels? I suppose. Further, there was also grape juice residue on the wheels of the suitcase. This means that the suitcase containing the victim's body definitely passed through here. I suppose this means that the killer did move the victim's body from somewhere else. I'm glad you've come to your senses.
Objection!
Not so fast. That still doesn't put you in the clear. Not by a long shot.
Is this blood or grape juice, or is it a mix? It's just grape juice. The blood's in the elevator. And in the ugly-ass suitcase and on the cloth. Girl, give it up!
You prepared yourself and acquired the piggy bank before the plane hit the turbulence. And then you waited for the victim in the lounge where you beat him to death.
Why are you so insistent, girlie? I am your brother.
Then, while you were in the elevator with the victim's body stuffed into the suitcase, the plane hit that patch of turbulence and out flew the body from within the suitcase. With no way out, you hastily put the suitcase back where you had taken it from and pretended to be the discoverer of the body.
Girlie, quit it.
Not a bad bit of logic for something you thought of on the fly. You must be, you know, picking some tips up from that man. He sure loves his bluffs. Just what are you insinuating? That I will show you exactly how flawed your logic is.
Speaking of that man, I gotta put the counters up again. We only had one mention of that man so far. No matter how strong of a face you put on, not even you can hide your fears from me. I'll expose the flaws in her logic in one fell swoop. Surprised he hasn't mentioned Phoenix much. It's like he's waiting for the, you know, emotional climax points, you know? When it really matters, when he's questioning why he's doing this stuff at all.
Hold it!
And how do you suppose I was able to take the piggy bank out of its display case? As I recall, the case was locked.
That's easy. If the case was locked, you simply had to hit the glass like this.
Ew! You've shattered my heart of glass!
Okay, Blondie. So she wants to talk about the in-flight shop in the Captain Hugo bank, does she? That takes care of how you obtained the murder weapon. Nuh-uh, because the glass was outside of the case, bitch.
And then you waited for the victim in the lounge when you beat him to death.
Hold it!
Nuh-uh. I thought there wasn't any of the victim's blood found in the lounge.
I thought you'd say that. What? Did you think I wouldn't have noticed? I think you just found a way to cleverly hide the blood splatter in the lounge. By accidentally spilling grape juice on top of it.
I mean, yeah, but that doesn't stop it from reacting with luminol. Are you, like, stupid, Franziska? What happened to the perfect Von Karma?
Ugh! Are you accusing me of tampering with the crime scene now? We'll see, won't we? The forensic scientists are hard at work on that as we speak.
And what do you propose I did after that?
Then, while you were in the elevator with the victim's body stuffed into the suitcase.
Hold it!
Franziska, you know I can't do anything in an elevator. I ball up in the corner and I cry until the elevator ride is over. She really reaching. She's just fucking with him, you know? It's like when you want your sibling to get into trouble. You know? Except it's on a criminal level. Cause these two are extra-ish fuck. So I put the victim's body into the suitcase and then... Where was I headed, Franziska?
That's pretty obvious. You were bringing it to first class where you could safely keep an eye on it.
Yeah, because a fucking gaudy-ass suitcase that everyone's gonna have their eyes on is the best place to just keep a rotting body, yes. We're talking about this thing, you know. I'd hardly call it discreet or ordinary or good.
Annoying brat!
Ugh, speak for yourself, bitch.
Well then, you were intending to leave it inside the elevator. But unfortunately for you, a wrench was thrown into your plans because... the plane hit that patch of turbulence and out flew the body from within the suitcase.
Hold it!
It's a zipper. You've experienced turbulence on a flight before.
Of course, many times. You get used to it after a while, unless you're a baby bitch who can't handle a little bit of shaking.
The patch we hit was especially rough, and I passed out briefly, but only for a second. Bitch.
Good thing it was only for a sec, sir. It'd be bad if you had really blanked out.
Yes, indeed. Unfortunately, blanking out is exactly what got me into this mess in the first place. That's enough of your idle chatter. I'm not through with you yet, Miles Edgeworth, and I already know that you're a bitch. With no way out, you hastily put the suitcase back where you had taken it from.
Hold it!
If I were really a criminal, do you really think I would be so easily caught?
Objection!
Yes! You fucking suck. You are certainly in the middle of being caught right now. Ugh! Fucking bitch. I like to think she holds back, like, a little bit against Edgeworth. Like, definitely still, like, very painful, but not hard enough to, like, scar. You know? No such holding back on Phoenix, though. That man has scars. I have to find a contradiction fast, or I won't have much of my own hide left to save. I have to say you are looking rather caught right now. You said that already. And I'll tell you exactly why, and I'll tell you exactly what you did after that. You loitered around in the lounge and pretended to be the discoverer of the body.
Hold it!
I didn't pretend to be anything. I really was the first to discover the victim's body. I suppose that's true. So then, you are yielding to my statements. Don't be foolish. I still insist that you are the killer, but in that sense, you really were the first to discover the body is dead. No matter what I say, she seems dead set on making me to be the killer. Her logic is reasonably sound, and the large majority of it reflects the truth. But there is one point about it that is not quite right. Wait, what part? Oh, this part? Because before the plane hit turbulence, but that's not possible. Because the Biggie Bank... Wait, can I prove that though? Shit. Acquired the piggy bank before the plane hit turbulence. You waited for the victim in the lounge where you beat him to death. While you were in the elevator with the victim's body stuffed into the suitcase, plane hit that patch of turbulence and out flew the body from within the suitcase. Hastily put the suitcase back where you'd taken it from. I don't know. Oh, wait. It specifically says, like, after the turbulence. So, this one. Nuh-uh! The fact that you took this piece of evidence into account in your testimony is to be commended. Your legal prowess is certainly something to be feared. Evidence and logic. Essential tools that those who would stand in a courtroom must learn to master. Unless you're that foolishly foolish fool, Phoenix, right? He just, gets lucky. Oh, lucky indeed. But what if there was a fake piece of evidence thrown into the mix? A fake? This Captain Hugo piggy bank is just such a fake. It is not the real murder weapon. Oh. Right. What? The timing of when the bank was taken from the shop is important. And it was taken after the turbulence had occurred. But then, what about the blood on the bank? What do you make of that? I assume it was added after the murder when the killer fabricated this weapon. Looking at it this way, the killer basically did 3 things after the turbulence. After exiting the elevator, Edgeworth just passed out there. The killer brought the suitcase to the shop and left it there. Then the killer proceeded to pick up the bank from off the floor and took it to fabricate a fake murder weapon by hitting the victim on the head. See, but there's ways to, like, that's really flawed, though. Because, I mean, they might have just not known. But there's a way to tell, the difference between a fatal and a wound that's made, like, before death and a wound that's made after death. Like, basically, if there is presence of, like, the cells that do the healing, that means that the wound was inflicted before they died. But if there's a wound and, like, there's no evidence of, like, platelets or anything forming, or, like, anything that's trying to patch up the wound, then that was made, like, post-mortem. So, dumb bitch. Finally, the victim's wallet was planted on my personage, in my pocket to be precise. Everything was done so that I would be framed for the murder of Mr. Ackby Hicks. You there!
Yes, ma'am!
Other than this piggy bank, was anything else resembling a murder weapon found?
Well, we didn't find anything in the lounge of the shop that could have been used as one, ma'am. Most of the items that could have been used were broken during turbulence. And the remaining items all tested negative for any traces of blood.
I see. Well, Miles Edgeworth, it appears your stall tactics are at an end.
But it's possible that it's just hidden somewhere, sir.
If the criminal had wanted to hide a weapon in a safer place, I think the weapon would have been hidden in the same place as the bloody cloth. Not necessarily. Don't put all your eggs in one basket, you know? Exactly what I was thinking. Oh, okay. Because the cloth... Because the cloth was hidden from inside the suitcase, it signals to me that the killer had not prepared a more secure place to hide the evidence. Which means that the real murder weapon is either still on the murderer's personage, or is still at the real crime scene.
Objection!
There is one more possibility, and that would be that the piggy bank is in fact the real weapon. Again, check for the fucking platelets, but they're not gonna do that because they don't know about it. But didn't we just... Let me finish! The killer took the bank out from the display case before the turbulence by opening the lock on the display case door. And it was at that time that the glass pane in the door was broken. I'd say that's a perfectly reasonable line of reasoning, wouldn't you? Let's see, so that means that the killer has the key to the display case. Franziska, the person you're talking about. Not so fast, I'm not finished. The person I'm talking about also committed another sin. Oh, so she's given up the Edgeworth, like, narrative. Okay. She tricked the captain and granted you permission to conduct your investigation. Yes, it is the sin of lying and letting you, investigate before me. What the fuck? Speaking of which, I recall you also wish to speak with her. Yes. Very well. Permission granted, but only if I can sit in on your interrogation. Do we understand each other? I have no intention of interrogating her. But you are welcome to accompany me if you so wish. Miss De Niro is in the flight attendant's room. Let's move. Wow.
Looks like we can't go beyond here, sir.
Plus, the body's been sent off to the medical examiner's office for an autopsy.
They got a piano on this plane. Hey, do you think I could try it out, sir?
I'd think you would know better than to randomly touch things at a crime scene, detective. Besides, I didn't know you knew how to play.
Of course I do. I'm practically proficient.
Interesting. The things you learn about people on a daily basis.
I can go do and re to come out just right, sir.
What? 2 notes does not a proficient pianist make, detective. Tenero is an electric car. Oh, interesting. Huh. Road a Tenero. I don't get it. Like a road, like a Tenero on the road, I guess? There are a few copies of Sky magazine in the magazine rack.
This month's special. Oh, looks like it's an English trivia quiz. Oh, I've got one. What starts with I and means boldly rude and disrespectful?
What does start with I? Oh, Road a Tenero? I guess. But like, why is she a car? What starts with I and means boldly rude and disrespectful? I don't know. The answer is most definitely insolent. Oh.
Time's up. Sorry, sir, but the correct answer is insolvent.
Detective Gumshoe, don't tell me your English ability is at the same level as him. This is your native language, man.
Oh man, there's a really pretty lady in that plane over there. Ah, she's looking over here. Oh, quick, sir, wave at her with me, please.
I refuse to be your wingman on this. Aren't you dating Maggie? Mr. Nero is in the flight attendant's room. Let's move.
That blue door over there leads to the flight attendant's room, sir.
Alright, let's go see what Mr. Nero has to say for herself. Okay. That was that, man. That counts. Wait, did it? Did he mention it? Did I just, like, gloss over it? No, he said as him. Him doesn't count because he's not referring to Phoenix. He's not referring to Phoenix here. It panned over to fucking Mr. Angry Face here, Mr. Borginia. You know, Faker. That doesn't count. If only, man. Are you on every fucking poster here? Are you like the star child of this airline? So you're the one that poked around inside this plane without the captain's permission. Deviating from the flight attendant's manual is very unbecoming, you know. What were you hoping to accomplish by doing that? Miss Tenero. Ah, Mr. Edgeworth, you're here too? Can you please help us shed some light on why you did what you did? All right. Hold on, I want to look at your shit. What is all this junk inside these boxes? There's no rhyme or reason to any of it. That's our lost and found, Mr. Edgeworth.
Gold crowns and swords and necklaces. It's like a treasure trove in here, sir. I think I lost that gold bar.
The fact that these were left on the plane implies they were carried onto it to begin with. Something tells me it's time for Goyu to send its metal detectors out for repairs. God, you guys just let anything on this plane. Who are you, Boeing? And what are inside these boxes?
Oh, those are some of the souvenirs I bought in Borginia.
There's so many that there's even a second box.
Oh, she's got another fucking suitcase here, bro. What the fuck?
Well, yes. I find that folk art from around the world does great things for my creativity.
I check upstairs when you have the chance? Okay, sure. Those suitcases certainly could have done with a whole lot of less of your creativity. They're ugly as fuck. Can I go now? Wait, is it here or is it? It is. Okay. Uppies. I'm sorry for the late introduction. I'm Miles Edgeworth, prosecutor. I believe one of the attendants asked you in my stead for permission to investigate? Ah, yeah. He must be the prosecutor Miss Meal was telling me about. I remember telling her you could investigate the in-flight shop or something of the sort. Then I guess it's true. Mr. Nero didn't ask him for permission on my behalf. Ha, sorry. Forgot to introduce myself. I'm the captain. Thank you for your help. I think this is about all the useful information I'm going to get from this man. If I may have a word with you, Miss Meal? No, you may not have a word with me. I plead, like, the fifth or whatever. I want to assure you that the lady is a fellow prosecutor. Her name is Franziska von Karma, and she's a bit of a sister to me. I don't care who she is. She's talking with Mon Capitan. I sense Miss Meal is the type who considers every other woman to be a threat. Well, you don't have to worry. My sister is a lesbian.
Hey, Mr. Edgeworth, that urn's got a seatbelt strapped tightly around it.
Must be of great value to Mr. LeBlanc, then.
Yeah, I guess if you don't want to churn your urn, then it's always best to buckle up.
What? Obviously, but did that have anything to do with the case, detective?
Nobody gets my jokes.
I don't get it either. Look at the law book? Sure, hold on. This was the victim's seat.
His jacket's just lying there, and his spilled leftover coffee's still there, too.
I don't suppose anyone ever expects to die. I expect every day. This was my seat.
Wow, you read law books even when you're flying, sir?
Were you expecting anything less? Now come along. We must hurry to the crime scene.
Hold on a sec, there's a different book stuck in here. The Steel Samurai's
Detective Gumshoe, am I going to have to charge you with invasion of privacy? I'm docking your pay. Well, fucking outed, bro.
Hey, Mr. Edgeworth, I think you have too many red knights on this board.
It's just your imagination.
And it looks like that blue pawn is being completely surrounded by the red knights.
Listen, Gumshoe, this is just how I visualize, you know, me and the opponents, you know? Now you're seeing things.
Sir, I don't think you're supposed to have lots of the same piece like in checkers.
I know that, detective. What do you take me for? I just like the horsey. And chess is a reference to Nick. Of course. Of course. Like, all of those horsies are surrounding Nick's piece, and yet Nick always wins in the end. The man in the seat was the one we saw earlier out in the airport lobby, hyperventilating. If he's so scared to fly, then why take an airplane to begin with? He's facing his fears, Edgeworth.
Yeah, if he's that scared, he should have caught a ferry or a cruise ship or something. By the way, were you okay with all the turbulence, Mr. Edgeworth?
Yes, it was nothing I couldn't handle.
I should have figured, right? As if you'd get on a plane if you were scared of them. I mean, you did mention blanking out earlier, but I'm sure you just misspoke, right?
Indeed. What was that looking up? What was that looking up sprite? That was so cute.
That's a really big floaty. But isn't it a bit too early in the year for swimming?
Detective, that is not for swimming. It's a lifesaver.
So you can't swim with one of these?
No, I mean, I suppose you could, but that's not what they're intended for.
Well then see, it's the same as a floaty. You shouldn't go around confusing people, sir.
Why do I feel like I've just kicked a puppy? Because you have. Gumshoe is like a dog. In the best of ways.
What's this?
What is it, detective? Did you find an important piece of evidence?
A giant parfait on top of bread and steak? Paint me jealous, sir. It's a feast. None of this is even instant ramen.
Maybe I should just let him have the giant parfait so we can move on. Yeah, let him have the parfait, man. The man in the seat was constantly drinking something. It's just grape juice, Edgeworth. He's fine. You know, he might be diabetic now, but...
You know, right before payday, I do nothing but drink the soup from my instant noodles.
Ew, do you just, like, bottle it for later when you finish the noodles? Oh. That much sodium can't be healthy. You might want to go in for a checkup.
Oh, did you really think I was serious, Mr. Edgeworth? Also, you know, this is America, Mr. Edgeworth. I'm not going to the doctor. I don't have insurance, sir. Ah, I'm sorry, sir. I'll never make another joke like that again.
The way diabetes affects some people might as well have been drunk. Yeah, yeah. Wait. I've been told by Miss Von Karma that you can now enter the flight attendant's room. Please feel free to look around. Thank you. Now to unravel Mr. Nero's true intentions. Yeah. It's pretty easy to tell who sleeps in which bunk just by looking. Yet Miss Tenero is the one that is like psychopathically clean. And Cammy looks like she just got out of there right now. I'm almost certain that the well-kept one up top belongs to Miss Tenero.
Ew, the bottom one's a giant mess.
You sloven, squalid scoundrel of a man, Scruffy. You dare to scrutinize a woman's bed and invade her privacy?
Yow!
Ugh, there's some things in life best kept to yourself, Detective. Also, she's a feminist and she's a lesbian. You have to be careful about, you know, talking about what she's, you know, talking about women around her. Thankfully, I rarely have the occasion to ever talk about women. Trash. There's sure to be a clue of some sort in this trash can. Detective Gumshoe, if you please.
Yes, sir. You just leave the rummaging to me.
Scruffy, how dare you go through a woman's trash without her permission? Have you no sense of honor?
Ew, I'm sorry. I'm just doing what Mr. Edgeworth told me to do.
Oof. Forgive me, Detective. Bitch, step off. Well, go on. Let's hear our troublesome attendant out. In due time, I do have one thing I'd like to ask you. Yes? Do you plan to continue using that whip for the foreseeable future? Of course. I've wrangled many a testimony out of people thanks to it. That can't be legal.
Yeah, and probably a whole ton of yelps too.
Wild how they both ended up gay as hell. It's not canon, but it's canon. It's not canon, but it's fucking canon. I keep thinking about that one like Nintendo magazine that was like 25 best couples in gaming, and like number 5 was Miles and Edgeworth, or not Miles and Edgeworth, fucking Miles and Phoenix. And I'm like, wow. wow. Like, honestly, yeah, they're a pretty good couple. And I'm willing to bet that the majority of them came from you, Detective. This door leads to the cargo hold, but I can't let you through without Miss Von Karma's express permission. That's not a bad way to handle this situation if it was any old case, but it isn't.
So, between you and Miss Von Karma, who's better at their job?
Oh, there is no comparison to be made, Detective. None. Because if you try to compare, we will both be dead men. Oh, she fucking depressed. Captain's permission. What's up with that, girly? Oh, hold on. Why the fuck this thing so ugly?
I'm sorry, Mr. Edgeworth. I don't know how to answer you. As a professional flight attendant, I'm a failure.
She must be worn out from the long questioning session she just went through. Sad. Why did you lie about receiving the captain's permission like that?
Because I didn't think I would be able to get his permission. He only does things for Cammy. Because, you know, that pussy game, I guess.
What do you mean?
The captain, he only has ears for Cammy. I spoke with the captain a little earlier myself. He definitely seems to be rather taken with Miss Meal. Not really my type, honestly. Yes, and on top of that, I had mistakenly accused Mr. Edgeworth of being the killer. I wanted to make amends.
In that case, please allow me to thank you for what you did. Thanks to you, I was able to clear myself of all charges.
Really? You were able to prove your innocence? Oh, thank goodness.
Mr. Nero, is it? There is one more thing I'd like to ask you. You were in the in-flight shop just before the turbulence, weren't you? Please answer honestly.
Yes, I was.
And why were you there?
Well,
Why the sudden hesitation? Francisco seems to have struck a nerve. In-flight shop. The little gems on their clothes are similar. Oh, yeah, they are. The ones on Francisca and Tenero's. Well, it's because she's got that, like, rhombus theme going on, or square theme. And Francisca is supposed to be, like, flawless. Like a flawless gem, I guess. I could ship it, I guess.
all I did was go check up on the shop like I always do.
You're saying it was for work, then?
Yes, I'm in charge of the shop, so I have to keep an eye on it. I don't have any reason to go there otherwise.
After your visit on the shop, you paid a visit to this room, correct?
Yes, I came back to freshen up and adjust my makeup. I'm sorry, but there isn't much else to tell.
Mr. Nero claims to have no reason other than duty to go to the shop. But is there all there is to it? Maybe I should ask her about that thing. Yeah, your shitty fucking suitcase. If you could please take a look at this for me, Mr. Nero.
Oh, that suitcase.
Yes, about this suitcase. You are the one who designed it, correct? And follow-up question, are you blind? Franzi's only whipped Lotta. No other woman character's been whipped up to this point. That's because Lotta was that annoying. Franziska is a feminist and will always support women. Unless they're that fucking annoying. I think I figured something else out about it. This suitcase is the reason you went to the shop, isn't it?
There's nothing you won't find out eventually, is there?
Won't you please tell me more about this suitcase?
Yes, I was interested in seeing how the suitcases I designed were selling. I know that as a service professional, I'm not supposed to care.
Also, she bought her own suitcase. Like, unless that's the prototype, but like, I think she just bought her own suitcase. Which is really fucking sad.
But I really wanted to know. And I was glad to see that it was the last one there.
Interesting. The last one there. What do you mean by that? There were two, though. So you're saying, Mr. Nero, that the suitcase in question was the last one?
Yes, they're just so popular. They're practically flying off the shelves. I mean, ignoring the fact that there were only 3 to begin with, and I bought one.
That's not exactly the impression I got.
The one in the shop is most definitely the last one.
Well, we're currently looking at the suitcase.
Really? Then I guess we sold all of them. Thank you very much for taking the last one.
It's evidence. There was a body in here. I didn't say anything about buying it.
Then say you'll buy it.
I'm sorry, I can't. It's ugly, sorry.
But why? I think it'd go great with your complexion, Mr. Edgeworth. It really suits you.
That is the highest fucking insult. How dare you? Francisca, please lend me your whip.
I guarantee it personally as a service professional.
Well, that is... how should I put this? It's hideous.
What?
She's like, fuck. Maybe that was a bit too direct. Moving on, who cares? My issue with the suitcases isn't the design, it's the number of them remaining.
Remaining?
There were 2 suitcases in the in-flight shop when I investigated it.
2? But that's impossible.
That's impossible!
I'm sure there was only 1.
Not very good at sugarcoating. He doesn't know how to, sweet talk with women. He doesn't know how to, let a girl down nicely. It's only ever, sorry, I'm gay. Sorry, I'm taken. So naturally, it extends to this too.
Looks like her story has generated quite the contradiction. When I left the shop, I'm positive there was only 1 suitcase left.
Something is amiss here. What could be the meaning of this inconsistency? Do I get a logic thing? Edgy's blunt and stoic, yeah. By the way, Mr. Nero, what is one of those suitcases doing here?
That's...
I thought you said there was only 1 left.
That one is, it's mine. I've used it for a very long time now.
I'm sorry. Hold on. You cannot be charging 1,200 for this fucking freak of nature suitcase. This fucking clown vomit. Like, this fucking clown vomit suitcase. You can't fucking tell me, bro. Nah, this like stomach acid wrapped up in a pretty pink bow. What is this, bro? 1,200 for this? That's crazy. I'm sorry, you bought that? With your money, your paycheck? The hustle is real. The hustle is not real. Look how fucking awful this thing looks. Look at this fucking thing! Look at it! What the fuck? It's not even in yen. That's fucking dollars, bro. What the fuck? Mr. Nero, I'd appreciate if you wouldn't lie to me.
Excuse me?
I don't believe for even 1 second that you've used this for a very long time. I wonder why. What proves that this hasn't been used for nearly as long as Mr. Nero says? The fucking price tag, dude.
Take that!
That is something. It is, indeed. Tell me, Mr. Nero, is it also your habit to keep the price tag pristine on your suitcase?
What is the meaning of this? Why would you lie about the suitcase?
See, if this is a man lying about something, he would be whipped already. But because it's a woman, Francisca holds off. You'd be surprised how ugly designer items are? I mean, I know that. But, like, this is, like, egregious, dude. Despite having faith in her design sense, the sales numbers made her cry bitter tears. The truth is becoming increasingly clear to me. Miss Tenero, I think I understand. I know what you are trying to hide. Now then, this suitcase was originally in the shop. Seeing as how the price tag is still on this suitcase, one can only assume it was out on the floor for sale in the shop. And the person who bought this suitcase was... you!
Take that!
It was you, wasn't it, Miss Tenero? I hate to say this, but this suitcase that you designed, it hasn't sold very well, has it? I mean, I don't particularly actually hate to say it, because it's fucking ugly as sin, sorry. You saw how poorly the design that you poured your heart into was selling. And were deeply hurt. Honestly, how the fuck did you even get that greenlit? Who approved that? That's why you wanted to make it look like it was selling by buying it yourself. Isn't that right? Then, the reason you went to the shop and came back here was... I'm sorry. All I really have is my job. I was overjoyed when my design was chosen. I thought that maybe I'd finally accomplished something. But the suitcases didn't sell. It's because of the design, isn't it? All because it's, as you put it, hideous. Yes. Yes, sorry. I can't sugarcoat this. It's fucking horrendous. Can't say they chose a great place in which to sell them either. We weren't selling a single one, and they were just sitting there collecting dust. I felt so bad seeing them there, day in and day out, so I spent $1,002. Which is, you know, a significant amount of money for me. Like, to buy my own suitcase. So I decided to buy one for every flight I worked. Bruh, that's so much fucking money. Wait, what the fuck? What the fuck? Every fucking flight? Every fucking flight? What? You buy one every single time you work a flight? I see. So in order to keep your resolution, you went and bought one today as well. How much is she getting paid? I mean, flight attendants make like a good amount, I think. But like 1,200 per flight, bro? Dog. Yes, and here's my receipt for that purchase. This receipt is clearly timestamped 5:40 a.m. Suitcase receipt data jotted down in my organizer. 1,200 every time. Like, do they get paid 1,200 per flight? Must be getting paid a decent amount for long-term flights. Yeah, I mean, Borginia is like vaguely somewhere like Middle Eastern, Northern Africa, right? Like Egypt-ish, right? And we're in America now, so it's a pretty long flight. The truth is, there's still a bunch of them left unsold. They're planning to scrap the remaining ones at the end of this flight. So, you know, I planned on buying the rest of them, and then just taking them home and putting them in my garage where I have about 50 of them now. Miss Tenero, where are the other suitcases? They should all be down in the cargo hold. Oh god. You ever take international flights with no conflicts around the world? They get paid, apparently. Interesting. Doesn't warrant the amount to spend on that thing. Yeah. Then the suitcase the killer used could very well have come from the cargo hold. Mr. Edgeworth, you don't think that the killer used one of my suitcases to... Yes, I do. The killer used one of your beloved suitcases, to move the victim's body. Honestly, probably the only time it's ever going to be actually used, so... How could they? Those suitcases were meant to be faithful partners to our passengers on their trips. What? What the fuck are you talking about? What if the suitcase was the weapon? Fuck, dude, I don't know, maybe. Like, we don't know yet. We don't know yet for sure. That's all I ever wished for them to be. Well, you're not very good at it, so... Miss Tenero, is there any other way to get to the cargo hold other than the elevator? Yeah, we just talked to the fucking police officer. This door, dude. The only other way is just through that door there. And what about security? That door has no special lock installed because... just to enter this room, you need a special keycard that only crew members have access to. Okay, so it's definitely one of you two bitches, huh? Which means that the culprit is someone who can enter this room, eliminating the passengers and leaving only crew members as potential suspects. I can't believe it. Hold it. Yes, what is it, dear sister? Going on these wild goose chases. You're a disgrace to the Von Karma name. I don't even use his name anymore, woman. And what do you mean by that? The suitcase came from the cargo hold. That fact alone tells the whole story. Yes, which is why I said the culprit must be a crew member who used their key card. Miles Edgeworth. We know too much about Tenero for it to be her? Yeah, so it's gotta be the fucking sleepy bitch. She's the only other one with a sprite that has access to this room. You're proposing that the killer rode the elevator from the cargo hold, correct? Yes, it's the only realistic possibility. That other attendant, Miss Meal. I asked her earlier, and she had this to say. Francisco got information out of Miss Meal. She must have used her special, persuasion technique that doesn't involve her whip. The one that she only uses for women. In order to make the elevator go down to the cargo hold, a different keycard is required. A different one. Yes, and the only person who holds that particular card is you, Miss Rhoda Tenero, and only you. Ah! What? Is this true, Miss Tenero? Yes. I keep that keycard in my locker at all times. Could you please show us that card right now? Yes, hold on. It's missing! Ah! I don't believe it! What's wrong? The keycard, it's gone! Very clever. Pretending that your card was stolen when in fact you're just trying to hide it from us. You've really thought this one through. Wait, it's not like that. You can tell us all about it, about what it's like down at the station. Officer, arrest this woman. Yes, ma'am. Well, it's Jover. Mr. Edgeworth. Well, case closed then. Shit. What's wrong? There's disbelief written all over your face. Franziska, I know that you are the lead investigator on this case, however... Hold it! Don't even think about wasting any more of my time! You know the rules, and so do I! Evidence speaks louder than words. Even if this isn't a courtroom, that basic tenet still applies. Ugh, fine. I intend to investigate the cargo hold now. What will you do, Miles Edgeworth? I intend to do likewise. If you'll kindly allow, dear sister. To be continued. It's too short. We're going long. The cargo.
Wow, so this is the cargo hold, huh?
He's so fast.
It's so big! And I'm a big guy.
Holy shit. Oh my god. That's a lot. Wait, hold on. Let's do the fucking math. That's 12 cases? 13 if we count the one in a room. Oh god. 13 times 1200. How much is that? How much did she spend on these fucking things? 13 times 1,200. $15,600! What the fuck? What the fuck, Miss Tenero? Even if you didn't commit the murder, what the fuck, girl? It has both a super large cargo hold and ultra luxurious first-class seating. Economy, though, small as always. Fuck those poor people. So this is the real scene of the murder. There is certainly a high probability of that, which is why we are here, correct?
Okay, let's get investigating, sir.
Let's go! She murdered her poor wallet. Yep. Highly flammable. Move. All sorts of boxes are piled up here.
This one says flammable, this one says pharmaceuticals.
This one says for exorcism use only. Just what kind of operation is this airline running? Well, it's, you know, it's an arson, ghost-busting, drug plane, you know? Have you noticed anything strange happening around here? No, sir. I haven't noticed a thing. I'm not sure that he meant to sound so oblivious.
Hey, what's with the suitcase, pal?
It's what the victim checked in, sir. So this suitcase belonged to Mr. Hicks. I don't think he'd mind if we took a closer look.
There's nothing out of the ordinary in here, sir.
Wait, a file. Honestly, considering ghosts are real in this world, not that far-fetched. That's true, that's true.
And there's a photo of Miss Von Karma in it, sir.
Wait, what? Wait, huh? Looks like a profile on Franziska. The fuck? What the fuck? Why? Are you stalking my sister? Why would Mr. Hicks have a file on her? Huh. Hold on. Notice anything?
This cargo hold is really big. I can't believe they fit stuff like that in here.
Detective, what are you going on about? We're in the middle of an investigation here.
Whoa, stuff's falling on me! Ooh, I can't really get into my work without something like this happening first. Well, let's get this show on the road. So which item do you want to start on?
In this world, there are those who are masochistic, and then there is Gumshoe. Now things are getting interesting. Hello, MX. Thanks for dropping by.
So that, flight attendant, Rhoda Tenero, she's the killer, isn't she?
I don't think we can say for sure yet. You stood up this late solving a Sudoku, forgot you had exams? Oh, Godspeed. Here, I am hereby blessing you with, you know, half-decent exam energy. I can't really offer much else because that was all I did. That's as good as I can do. There's certainly a great number of things pointing us in that direction.
You mean like how she didn't tell us about her buying her own suitcase?
Yes, however, in regard to the key card being stolen, I can't seem to find any evidence that she's lying about that. True. Huh. Bed sheets. Keeping track of this many pieces of cargo must be very taxing on the cargo crew.
This sure brings back memories of when I worked as a part-time mover, sir.
Oh, did you? You know, you seem beefy enough to. I'd believe that. By the look at his eyes, he's waiting for me to ask about the rest of the story. But no matter how he pours on the puppy eyes, I have no intention of doing so. No interest, sorry, Gumshoe. I didn't know that this plane was capable of carrying such large pieces of cargo. Jingfa Express. Virginia to USA, keep dry.
That thing's as tall as the two of you on top of each other, sir.
It would probably take 20 of you to cover the entire surface of this monstrosity.
What, really? Yeah, I guess that sounds about right.
There's really no need to take that throwaway estimate seriously, Detective. Suitcase.
Holy suitcases, Mr. Edgeworth. It's like an all-you-can-use suitcase fair.
These must be all the leftover ones they couldn't sell. For good fucking reason. They hurt my eyes just looking in this direction. The ones the company is planning to dispose of after the flight is over.
The paint job is really cool, don't you think? It practically screams artsy.
Oh? Why not purchase one then? I'm sure it will bring you much happiness.
You think so? Then maybe I will. Let's see here. $1,200! I think I'll pass.
And Miss Tenera wonders why they don't sell. You need 2 jobs just to buy one. Unless you're rich like me. Although it definitely looks like one is missing. What is this brittle substance that I'm stepping on? It's a bunch of glass fragments. Huh. From the... Wait, from the... From the fucking piggy bank in the display case. You arrived at the scene of the crime before Detective Gumshoe, correct? And you then immediately began to direct the investigation. It seems to me that you are already here at the airport for something besides this murder.
Yes, I was.
Why though? Logic time? Hold on, I'm gonna question Franziska first.
I've been following a very large and involved governmental level international crime. But it's much too large for one person to take on alone. Much less you, dear Miles Edgeworth.
Oh, Interpol. Franziska came to this airport as an Interpol liaison.
So it was it was decided that I should form a joint investigation with Interpol.
Interpol is involved?
It's a top secret operation, so I can't really tell you any more than I already have.
Okay. Nobody asked, girly. Wait, but where's my fucking... Wait, but where's the evidence that, like... Huh. Wait, but wasn't I gonna ask her about the fucking, the thing? Like, the thing in... I guess I got a logic first. Logic! Oh, never mind. It's the glasses. Glass shards. I think we can safely conclude that these fragments are from a pair of glasses.
And the victim was wearing a pair of broken glasses.
Exactly what I was thinking. I'm sure that these shards would match up perfectly with the remnants of his glasses' lenses. Ergo, hitherto, therefore, verily, the victim was here just as I suspected.
So you're saying that the real scene of the crime was here, sir?
Isn't that what I've been saying for a while now?
Oh, is it? I don't know that.
Ugh, God. I'd ask you to pay attention, but I don't think you could afford to pay anything, Detective. Perhaps it's a bit early to draw that conclusion. However, I believe that the probability has just skyrocketed considerably. All that's left is to find the murder weapon. Oh, he's Interpol. Whoop. Now, why would Mr. Hicks have documents profiling Franziska?
Oh, I know. I bet he's a big fan of Miss Von Karma, sir.
Well, I don't think a big fan would compile a document like this unless they were just a stalker. Franziska said that she'd come to the airport as part of an Interpol investigation.
Hola. Maybe Mr. Hicks had heard she was coming here and he followed her.
Detective, I think it's more likely that Mr. Hicks was, in actuality, Interpol Agent Hicks. I think Franziska has some explaining to do. Bitch, spill. I'm actually gonna BRB here real quick. I gotta go to the bathroom real quick. BRB. Alright, I'm back. Dancing time. Hell yeah. Truth behind Hicks. You came to this airport to rendezvous with the victim, didn't you? Nonsense! What are you talking about? We found a profile detailing information about you and the victim's luggage. I suppose it was prepared for him so that he could recognize you when he landed. Which makes him not Mr. Hicks, but rather Interpol Agent Hicks. Isn't that correct? I should have known you'd figure it out, Miles. But it looks like they got to him first. So he really did come here to receive an Interpol agent then? Yes. Agent Hicks was on the trail of a very large international smuggling ring. Smuggling? Huh. Well, real ironic that they smuggled his body then. He went to uncover the he went undercover to investigate this crime. And it was I who put him on the case. I was supposed to receive a call from him on his cell phone once he had landed. I never expected to receive a call about his murder instead. Oh yeah, we haven't found his phone, right? Yeah, it's gone missing. Oh, she did call him by his given name. I didn't even notice that. Hold on. Huh. She didn't say Miles Edgeworth in full. I guess she was, you know, congratulating him for once. I think we have a we now have pretty definitive evidence that Agent Hicks came down here to the cargo hold.
What was he doing down here, sir?
Probably looking for the stuff that they're fucking smuggling, Gumshoe.
There's nothing but luggage. Oh, I get it. Maybe he forgot something in his suitcase and came down to get it. Ow!
Agent Hicks came here for a work-related reason. Of that, I'm sure. Yes, I'm sure he was here to investigate the smuggling operation he was observing. Now we are the gay man ducking and dodging jail so he can get home to his waiting partner. Yep. And then he immediately gets accosted by someone pointing a gun at his back the moment he gets home. Goddamn. Can't have shit in this fucking... Can't have shit in San Francisco. In Japanifornia. Francisca, do you know how he intended to pursue his investigation? No. Unfortunately, I was going to find out from him after he landed. I see, but this raises another question. A normal passenger can't access the cargo hold on their own. Agent Hicks must have identified himself to a member of the crew and entered the cargo hold with that person who let him in. Yes, and then he was murdered here. These glass fragments and his broken glasses are a testament to that. And then... The killer put Agent Hicks into one of the spare suitcases and... They entered the elevator. But while they were riding it up... Whoops! The plane hit that patch of turbulence, and these suitcases are so poorly fucking designed that a little bit of turbulence opened the entire fucking thing! God, it's not even functional! This thing is held together with a fucking safety pin! What shit? God, Miss Tenero. Oh, what if Franzie's the smuggler? My God! No, she's too much of a boss bitch. She would be like the head of a smuggling ring, but she wouldn't be like personally smuggling, you know? Because of the intense shaking, the suitcase popped open and Agent Hicks's body flew out. At the same time, his wallet fell out of his pocket, spilling its contents everywhere. Zipper should survive that shit, right? Yeah, which is why I'm saying this thing is held together by a fucking bobby pin and prayers, you know? It doesn't even have the fucking, like, integrity of duct tape. Duct tape would have held that shit together. Which explains why there was money scattered all over the elevator floor. Bap, 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 bap. I think it's pretty easy to say who the culprit is at this stage.
What? Really, sir?
I know what you're thinking, Miles Edgeworth. But the killer can be none other than Miss Rhoda Tenero. Ugh. How many times must I argue with you, Franziska? Anna. If it was a crew member, any one of them could have shown Agent X to the cargo hold. But the point to keep in mind is that the key card that allows the elevator to come down here. The only person with such a high-level access is Miss Rhoda Tenero. But, like, they could have gone through the fucking stupid fucking attendance room, right? That's a, like, high possibility. I'd say that's a pretty decisive piece of information, wouldn't you? Whose keycard it is means nothing. Yeah. But, like, I'm confused, because, like... she's the head. Oh, God. She's rich, she doesn't need to smuggle stuff when she can pay for anything she wanted. Yeah. Yeah. You know, it's crazy that she's still rich even though her father committed murder. Oh, I guess, you know... Like, shit happens. Like, even if one person gets caught, there's all those trusts and bonds that they put all their money into. That shit can't get touched. I know what she's trying to say, but I'm not certain it's as simple as that. She's the heir. Yeah. Any one of them could have shown Agent Hicks to the cargo hold.
Hold it!
That might be true, but then it could be anyone, including Miss Meal or even the captain. Don't be a fool! Oh, actually, this is the first time we've heard Franziska say fool this entire time. Crazy! Like, she was all about that shit. I guess because, you know, Miles isn't as much of a fool as Phoenix. A plane without the pilot in the cockpit is like a horse without the rider, crop in hand. Much like Scruffy over there. I mean, Franziska, you know that autopilot exists and has existed for, like, quite a while, right? Like, the pilot is allowed to leave for, like, a little bit. There's also, like, multiple pilots, you know? Especially for a plane this fucking thick. Can't disagree with her on that. Detective Gumshoe does always need a guiding hand. Very well, then what about the other flight attendant, Miss Meal? Huh, I thought you might ask about her. But the point to keep in mind is the key card that allows the elevator to come down here.
Hold it!
But it's highly likely that the key card was stolen from Miss Tenero.
Objection!
Nuh-uh! It's highly likely. Is that possibility the best you can come up with? And you call yourself a disciple of my father? No, I don't. Franziska, you know I dropped that years ago. Ugh. Yes, well, while I don't have any evidence, Be quiet. You're a disgrace. There's more evidence pointing to Miss Rhoda Tenero, you know. It's not just the keycard that gives her away. Are you talking about the murder weapon, the Captain Hugo piggy bank? Yes, she is also the only person with a key to open that display case. Further, there is the matter of the key on the display case that held the murderous bank.
Hold it!
But that shit opened.
Objection!
Stop right there, Miles Edgeworth. Hold on. But that's a fake... You don't have any proof that this is just a red herring. If you must keep on insisting that it's a fake, then what is the real murder weapon and where did it go? True. Speechless, I see. That's not a surprise.
After all, you know that we've searched the entire cargo hold and came up empty-handed. There must be a way. There must be something that can help me rule out the piggy bank as the murder weapon. What should be examined further to help us ascertain the authenticity of the weapon? The crime scene? Fuck. I think we should examine the crime scene in more detail. We might turn up the murder weapon if we search all of the cargo and luggage. Did you think I hadn't thought of that? Even now we're searching through them. But we haven't found anything that even closely resembles a murder weapon. Alright then. I suppose we should examine something else. The body then. Francisca, I think you were too quick to jump to your conclusions. A Phoenix moment. Yeah. Listen. He's influenced too much by that man. You know, sometimes he just blurts shit out.
Oh, was I?
Yes. We don't even have the autopsy results yet. How can I not say that you made a snap judgment when you have yet even to see if the wound on Agent Hicks's head is consistent with the murder weapon? Scaffy!
Yes, sir!
Contact the medical examiner's office at once. I wish to hear the result of Agent Hicks's autopsy. Now!
Yes, sir!
Poor Gumshoe. Poor Gumfuck.
We've got a big problem, Mr. Edgeworth, sir!
What is it, detective?
They're still doing the autopsy, but they said they already know this one thing for sure.
Report, now.
The doc said that it's one giant bruise from a beating from his lower shoulder down to his mid-back.
What? Jesus. One giant bruise from a beating from his shoulder down to his mid-back. I don't think the fucking piggy bank can do that, bro. Goddamn. From the victim's shoulder to his mid-back. He was beaten over such a wide area? That's big. Goddamn. Gumshoe, did you do this crime? You seem like the only person big enough. Was he hit with a fucking suitcase, dude?
Well, I'd say it's maybe a sign the killer had a grudge against Agent Hicks. It wasn't just his head, the killer went all out and hit him multiple times, sir.
Was he hit with the fucking briefcase? Yeah, maybe. Blow to the back of the head, bruising head to mid-back. Jesus Christ. Like, it's like Kave style. Like, you just hit them with the fucking briefcase, you know? Scruffy! What is had the grudge against Agent Hicks supposed to mean?
Well, that's,
Was the wound on the victim's head consistent with the murder weapon, detective?
Oh, well, they said they were still looking into that, sir.
You're completely useless!
Yow!
Sir, I told you already, you can't go down there! No, you remove yourself from my way! What is all that racket? This fucking dude. My luggage, my cargo, they're mine, and I demand you return them to me! We're still investigating the cargo hold. Please understand and have a little patience. I suppose there is no choice. Finally, I think he gave... Hey, what are you? You have left me no choice but to use strong force. You won't get past me. This is... Wait, that's it! I'm sorry. This is all happening the split moment this man's falling. So that's what this whole thing has been about. Oh shit. Further, there is the matter of the key to the display case that held the murderous bank. That's hilarious. Bitch fell. fucking can't. This guy is fucking dead, bro. He's fucking dead. There's 2 dead people on this plane, bro. Goddamn. Came up empty-handed. Weapon couldn't be found. The weapon was gravity! One giant bruise. Yeah, this just happened. Oh, ouch. Ouch! Wait, but that's not like a lethal fall. Was that thing not there? Because that guy's fine. Like, I mean, he is, like, built, like, thicker than fucking Agent Hicks. Maybe he's, like, maybe Agent Twinks was too, like... Sorry, oh god, I called him Agent Twinks. I was gonna call him a twink, but I guess he's just Agent Twinks now. Yeah, Agent Twinks fucking just broke all his bones the moment he hit the fucking cargo. But it's such a short fall. Agent Twinks, yeah. This? Logic! Fuck! Not exactly a shining example of the perfect line of logic. Shit! Can't see a clear connection between these 2 pieces of information. Well, process of elimination, baby! Allegedly, the killer struck the victim many times over, which is why there is an extensive bruising over such a wide area. But is that really the correct conclusion to draw from the evidence? The bruise from his shoulder to the middle of his back is one continuous mark, which is more than suggestive of a single blow to the back. If that's the case, then the piggy bank is much too small to have caused that. Therefore, the murder weapon must be something far bigger. Like that big fucking box. If we're looking for a rather large weapon, you'd think it would stick out. But so far, we haven't found anything that resembles a weapon of any sort. Like a suitcase or gravity. Perhaps, just perhaps, it's something we all overlooked from the very beginning. Because normally it's too impossibly big to be taken into consideration. A box.
What was that all about? What was he trying to jump his way down here?
Franziska. What? What do you want? Don't yell at me. I'm gonna tell Dad. You know, at his grave. I found it, Franziska. I found the real murder weapon. You did?
He really jumped!
We didn't realize it until now, but... the answer has been right in front of us this whole time.
He might be hurt. We should go check up on him, sirs.
Who gives a shit about that guy, Gumshoe? We're trying to solve the murder, okay? There's that pompous attitude of yours again. You should learn to drop that habit. You're not even British. I know you're not British. We were literally raised in Germany. What is your German accent? And for that matter, where is hers? But, you know, I can't really do a German accent, so... This coming from a prosecutor with a habit of whipping everyone she comes across. Anyway, if you really are a prosecutor, then you'll back yourself up with evidence.
You 2 aren't listening at all, are you?
Come on, then. Show me this real murder weapon you speak of. I don't have it. It's behind us. I don't have any evidence to show you. Foolish reasoning for a foolish fool from a foolishly foolish fool meant to fool me! There it is. There it is. There it is. Fuck, dude, if I kept a fool counter, that shit would be crazy high already. What do you mean by I don't have any evidence to show? Perhaps I should have phrased it as that which caused... That which caused Agent Hicks's death is incorporeal, like a ghost. Forgive me, but I do believe I have figured out what was the real cause of death. A freefall. The victim fell from a great height and subsequently died as a result. In other words, the real cause of death is free falling to the ground.
He fell to his death?
Yes. This is the only plausible possibility. Or a possible plausibility, if you will. The victim has extensive bruising on the back of his head and his back. And the only rational explanation for these injuries is that he's fell to his death.
But the murder weapon happened inside. The murder happened inside this plane.
I know. But it's a fucking thick plane, Franziska.
Are you claiming that there is some place in this plane from which he could have fallen from?
Franziska, did you not just see it? Woman, are you blind? Or have you been ogling women too much recently? As I said earlier, the answer has been right in front of us the entire time.
You can't mean...
Yes, I do. The victim fell from the top of the stairs of this very cargo hold.
What? Then... We're in trouble! We may have a second death on our hands, sirs!
Do we have receipts for Franziska being gay? She has a very interesting relationship with, what the fuck is her name? Andrews. Miss Andrews in Trials and Tribulations. They're... Like, for all intents and purposes, it's just like a prosecutor, like, and a witness that she trained. But, like... Miss Andrews has, like, this codependency. Like, there's this, like, one line about, like, codependency that was, like, referring to Von Karma. So people were like, oh, they're in love. You like putting your headcanon to gayness, don't you? Yeah, it's a headcanon in case of Franziska, but with Edgeworth, it's not a question, bro. That's just straight up canon. And if you don't see that, then look with your eyes. Yeah, she also only ever whips men. She has only whipped one woman, and it was an extremely annoying one.
Hey, you tell me you aren't dead, pal!
Quiet! Why are you screaming? Adrian said that Francie taught her to use a whip. Oh!
He's alive!
Hello, Ved!
And there you have it, Miles Edgeworth. It's not possible that Agent Hicks fell over the railing to his death. That man is living proof of that.
I suppose it's true that it's not possible given the current circumstances.
The current circumstances? What is that supposed to mean?
Suppose that large piece of cargo wasn't there at the time. What would have happened then?
He would have been a Virginian pancake for sure, sir! Virginian pancakes. Man, I haven't had pancakes in a while. The most I can afford is raw flour.
I suppose that man over there wouldn't still be breathing. Not that I care, he's loud and annoying. And a man. But the reality is that the cargo box is there. So there is no point in entertaining your wild hypothetical scenarios. It may be there now, but there is no proof that it was always there. Huh! As if there could have been a window of time when this giant box was not there. But there was.
What?
What can I use to show her that it's possible the box was not always there where it is now? Because there was a landing. The fucking refueling engine fire. Fuck.
Take that!
You refueled in the Republic of Jingfa?
Yes, this flight had a short layover in Jingfa in order to refuel. But that wasn't the only reason for this layover. We also transferred some cargo. What if the box in question was only transferred onto the plane at that time? To further prove my point, let's take a look at what's next to the box in question.
It's labeled Jingfa Express!
Correct, meaning it was loaded onto the plane in Jingfa. Interesting. Now, what if the box in question was also loaded on at the same time? It would mean that the box was not here in the cargo hold during the Europe-Jingfa leg of the flight, making it a clear drop from which Agent Hicks could have fallen to his death. Entirely possible. Ah, but your theory is still very far-fetched. Then allow me a chance to prove how very likely my scenario is. My first order of business will be to examine that piece of cargo in more detail. Peekaboo. Open up! Wait, hold on. If I may have a word with you, Franziska. I don't think you have the time for the idle chatter. You still need to prove to me that your hypothetical situation is in fact reality. Fine.
If you spot anything off, you come and tell me right away, okay, pal?
Roger, sir! It's rather unusual for Gumshoe to be so directing. He must outrank this officer. Crazy, considering how many times he's, lost his entire salary. I guess he hasn't been demoted ever.
If you run into any trouble, you just leave it up to me, okay?
Yes, sir! Oh, watch out, Detective Gumshoe!
Ow!
Scraffy, I think your ego is in need of some deflating. God. Poor Gumshoe. He's got the two biggest, egomaniacs, bossing him around all the time.
I was following in your footsteps, sir. I want to try patronizing my subordinates.
Cruel and unforgiving to the detective, even in front of his own subordinate. Poor Gumshoe. So Mr. Hicks was actually an Interpol agent.
That is so cool! I can't believe it was from Interpol, the adventure, the glamour! And the miraculous big escape when you get caught by the enemy.
Except in this case, there was no big escape. He got fucking killed, Gumshoe.
And no miracle.
All sorts of boxes are piled up here. Inflammable, pharmaceuticals, exorcism use only. The leftover suitcases sit here, lined up in two pretty neat rows. Too bad for Mr. Nero, but this design is unmarketable. And, unusable.
I'd buy one if it was cheaper, sir. Do you think they'd sell to me at a discount? Oh, or, what if they sell them in the airport and have a bargain basement sale? Buy one, get one free. If you win the raffle, you get one more for free. How about those ideas, sir?
I think if they did that, everyone would lose. The fuck? Steam just upgraded their fucking subscriber agreement? I'll sign this later, Steam. The fuck? I can't read shit right now. I'm streaming. Oops. Keeping track of this many pieces of cargo must be very taxing on the cargo crew.
This ship?
Oh yeah, it's the part-time mover. This is a rather large piece of cargo.
There's a tag on it, sir. Let's see. Ali Fred statue? Never heard of it.
No, but all I care about is if we can prove it wasn't here at the time of the crime.
Then let's get investigating, sir.
Dude, chill. When did you get pulled up? Look here! Do not go about touching my possessions without my permission!
Don't rush up on me like that, pal!
So this belongs to Mr. LeBlanc, does it? I should see what else I can find out from him. LeBlanc's cargo. I take it that this large piece of cargo belongs to you, Mr. LeBlanc.
Of course it is mine! I shipped this fine piece of art from Europe. This Alif Red statue is worth 10 million cents. No, maybe much, much more.
Mr. LeBlanc's reason for choosing this plane must have been the large cargo hold.
10 million cents?
I suggest you stop trying to calculate how many packets of noodles that makes, Detective. It's more money than you'll ever see in your lifetime.
Darn, how did you do that? I feel like you keep getting better and better at seeing right through me every year.
Now I grow with each revolution of the planet around the sun. I have the distinct impression he continues to madly spin in place. It's kind of impressive, honestly.
Hey, Mr. Edgeworth, so that 10 million cents, is that in euros or in dollars?
Does it really make a difference to our case? Mr. LeBlanc, there is a chance that your cargo is related to our murder case. I was wondering if you would allow us to examine it a bit closer.
It is a very valuable piece of art, so no, there will be no touching.
Huh. Is it logic time? Oh, are you the smuggler? 10 million money, whatever. Yeah. It doesn't matter after a certain amount, you know? I guess he's the fucking smuggler. If Mr. LeBlanc has something to do with the smuggling ring, then it's possible that this fake statue was brought on board in Zhengfa. I think I need to question him a bit further. Fake. About your statue, Mr. LeBlanc. I wonder if it might be a fake.
What? How dare you say my art is fake?
I suspect your statue might be the target of an international smuggling ring.
Don't say such fantastical things. Those thieves would not dare. I have the certification of my cargo right here.
Do you mean the cargo certification document?
Mr. Zinc LeBlanc, why didn't you say so earlier? Please show it to us at once.
Wow. So legible.
I can't read this. What does it say? It says plain as day, the cargo was put onto the plane in Europe.
And there you have it, Miles Edgeworth. Too bad for you. This statue was brought on board in Europe, just as it states in this certificate.
No, that's...
Which means that there was never a window of time in which the statue wasn't sitting there. Cusco moment, yeah. Shit. I respectfully disagree. We can't discount the theory until I see the statue for myself.
Then you can have your wish. Look at it yourself and see I am right.
This. I know I've seen this somewhere before.
This is the Aleph Red?
Hold on. That's in this picture. He's pointing his fingers together like, oh, sir. Oh, I've always liked Interpol agents. Oh, can you please look this way, sir? Oh. Wait a minute. Wait. I fucking see you. I fucking see you. That's a fucking fake. It's got too many teeth and the eye color's wrong. I mean, maybe the teeth are the same, but the eye color's still wrong. No, the fucking teeth are different, man. Notice the Zhengfa cargo also? I mean, yeah, like, it's stored behind... Oh, shit, it's on top of the fucking Zhengfa cargo. Oh, that's a fucking neat detail. That's crazy. One wonders why there's nothing red about the Alifred.
It gives off such a feeling of art. I can practically smell it.
The statue has a high amount of historic value. After it was unveiled at a museum in Europe, I brought it to this country to exhibit it. You sure you're not gonna bring it to the British National Museum, dude? For them to keep forever? It's worth 10 million cents. I believe a closer look is warranted here. So this is the infamous Alifred statue. Hmm?
What is it, Mr. Edgeworth? Did you find something?
There's something wrong with this picture. We should examine it in more detail. What's this?
The statue looks like it's stepping all over its neighbor's cloth cover. Kinda resembles its owner's attitude in a sense. Ho ho!
You! What did you say just now? Further, my clothing's hem is not being stepped on by anyone. It is too expensive for me to allow that to happen. Please forgive the trespass of my subordinate. He won't shut the fuck up. Why should I forgive if the dress passes? Unless it is an expensive dress, you keep it. What the fuck are you saying? Interesting. Yeah, I can straight up just... Eureka! These eyes are awfully orange, don't you think? How the fuck do you not notice that? Like...
Yeah, and pretty. They remind me of sunsets when I was in grade school, sir.
I don't think you see what I'm talking about. Also, it's strange to imagine that you were ever anything but a hulking golden retriever of a man. Colorblind like Godot. Yeah.
No, I do, but it's really like the color of the sun when it's setting, sir. Ah, the memories. I remember standing out in that field, spinning with my arms out until I fell ill.
I don't care about sunsets. Focus, detective. What color are the eyes in this photo?
Uh-huh. Ah, sir, they're red!
As I thought. The statue is a fake. Mr. LeBlanc. What do you want? Do you not know I am a busy man? I allow you 2 seconds for your answer. The Alifred, I suppose this is your pride and joy, is it not? It is the biggest trophy on this European trip. Do you know why I wanted to possess this statue? The trigger started 17 years ago. That's crazy, dude.
Better grab a chair, sir. Sounds like this is gonna be a long story.
Mr. LeBlanc, regretfully, I don't give a fuck. I regret to inform you, and you have my heartfelt sympathy, but... What is that? Sympathy for what? You'll see. I'd like you to compare the eyes. That large fellow there has very bright and pretty eyes compared to you. Oh, fucking rude. Phoenix loves my eyes. Excuse you. I wasn't talking about the two of us. I meant the eyes of the statue in front of us and the one in this photo. Why the sudden yelling? Doesn't... Oh. It is a photo of the statue on display at a museum in Europe. 17 years ago. Yeah, that's a specific number. I wonder if that number is going to show up for the rest of the game. Now, do you see, Mr. LeBlanc? The statue before us is a fake.
A fake!
I believe that even further examination will be required. Now that we have confirmed that this is indeed a fake. There must be some sort of proof that this is brought on board in Xingfa. And I will present to you evidence that will resolve the remaining contradiction. This. fucking the certificate. It said that it was loaded in Europe, but it's standing on top of the fucking Zhengfa one. So it can't be. I'm not even entirely confident that there is a contradiction here. What do you think, Detective?
Well, I think it's really suspicious looking, sir. My well-trained gut tells me so.
I see. What? Well, then I must be mistaken. Oof.
How come when I answer confidently, you take that to mean we're of course, sir?
Because you're wrong. And you always will be, Gumshoe. You're just kind of convenient. The fuck is it then? Oh, the cargo from Zhengfa. There is clearly a contradiction here. What are you going on about? It's just a simple case of a cargo cover getting stuck under another piece of cargo. Shit. That's not possible. But it is. It shouldn't be this way, but the statue is on top of the cloth. Supposing that the neighboring piece of cargo was brought on board in Zhengfa, there is no way that any part of it should wind up under something from Europe. Investigational damage. Yeah. You know, it's not like he's getting penalties from a judge. This is all like mental damage that he's really hard on himself, you know? Like, at least in Ace Attorney, like the regular Ace Attorney, if you fuck up outside of court, it's usually during those like Magatama sections, right? And like I think the excuse there is that if you fuck up, you take like spiritual damage. But like this is entirely self-inflicted damage. Like where Miles is like, oh, I'm a fuck up. Which means that this fake statue was smuggled on board in Zhengfa. But then what about the cargo certificate? Let me ask in return, what about Agent Hicks? Why did he come down here in the middle of the flight? There's only one reason why, to secure proof of smuggling activity aboard this flight. So you say, but I don't believe he had to do that mid-flight. We could have just as easily inspected all of the cargo after the plane landed. If he gets too stupid, he just self-destructs. Yeah. He's like, oh, that man is rubbing off on me. Oh! That may be true, however, you have it backwards, Franziska. Sure, Agent Hicks could have waited until after the plane had landed. But he had a reason for coming down to the cargo hold. Suppose he had found the fake at the airport. It would have been after the swap had occurred. At that time, the suspicion would naturally fall onto the statue's owner, who would have no way to prove that the statue was switched without his knowledge. Which means that there was someone involved who was forging or modifying cargo certificates. Oof! Heal me up.
I guess the victim knew the real version of this was gonna get nabbed, huh?
Yes. While this photo could be seen as nothing more than a simple souvenir, it was in fact taken to be used as reference document later on. Next, Agent Hicks had to secure proof that the smuggling had taken place. Self-esteem restored. We did it! We did it, gang. We solved the section of the case. We get to heal up. He came down here to take a picture of the cargo hold. A rather empty one at that, right before the fake statue could be loaded on board. A photo of the hold missing a valuable piece of cargo would have been proof enough. After that, all he had to do was hold the Zhengfa cargo crew and arrest the smuggler. Exactly. This only goes to prove my theory. If the statue was not in the cargo hold during the Europe-Zhengfa leg of the trip, there would have been enough height from which Agent Hicks could have fallen to his death. Officer! Move the statue immediately. I want a thorough examination of the floor underneath, now! Oops! Oops, all blood! Miss Von Karma, I'm ready to report my findings. Go on. After moving the Alifred statue out of the way, we tested the area under it with luminol and there was a reaction. Also, I think it's, like, it's real weird that, like, why is it bright blue? Like, luminol is so weird. Like, it shows up in every fucking investigation, like, you know, murder mystery game. And it's always, like, so funny to see, like, whoa! Bright blue Sonic color fucking blood! I see, there was a reaction to luminol. An indication that there was blood in that spot.
Can we stop looking at it now, sirs?
Gumshoe, you can't even see it. You have to have the goggles on. Luminol's just like that. Yeah, it's just like that. It would seem that my deductions were correct after all. I suppose it would appear that way. You're still a bitch, though. The culprit cleaned up the blood well. And how do you think the killer did that? How did the killer clean up all the blood? With the blankie. Well, what I assume is a blankie. It's a fucking cloth, but there's a box that says blankets, so...
Take that!
The killer used the bloody cloth I found inside the suitcase to clean up the mess. I see. They had a need to clean up all the blood before the plane landed in Zhengfa. Yes, because otherwise the cargo crew would have discovered it during the layover.
So you guys are saying that the murder happened before the plane landed in Zhengfa?
There's no other conceivable timeline for the events of the murder. But if that is true, then that throws a certain person's testimony into doubt. If the murder occurred before we landed in Zhengfa, then this becomes highly suspect. Wait. Oh, shit. Fucking chamomile, bitch. I fucking knew it! Recall Miss Meal's testimony about Agent Hicks in regard to when we departed Zhengfa. I saw Mr. Hicks sitting in his seat at 5 a.m., you know. A blood is lit up with a special light which changes the stain's appearance. Oh, I thought you had to have, like, goggles on. She claims Agent Hicks was alive at the time of the service calls, but...
That totally contradicts the facts, sir!
Good to know you were paying attention this time, Gumshoe. But why would she lie about something like that? Because she's the murderer. I think the only person who can answer that is Miss Meal herself. What? Another to be continued? No, I'm fucking finishing this case! Fuck that shit! They're trying to fucking get me to, like, do another stream of this fucking, like, one case. Come on, man. Goggles do the same thing. Oh, I see. Miss Meal. Bitch, wake the fuck up. Miss Meal! Do you recall what you said earlier? About when you answered some service calls as we were departing from Zhengfa? Huh? You said that Mr. Hicks was sitting in his seat at that time. However, that is simply not possible. Because Mr. Hicks was dead long before we ever touched down in Zhengfa. Miss Cammy Meal. Maybe I didn't see what I thought I did. Listen, dude, I'm always fucking high. You get it? I'm a fucking flight attendant. I'm high up in the air, and I also smoke weed. No one can make a mistake so large, Miss Meal. I think I could. But I make that kind of boo-boo all the time. Like, I forgot my bra today. Do you see? My titties are just, like, out there. You know? Ugh. Meal's gonna try seducing Edgy, methinks. Well, she's barking up the wrong fucking tree. This is going nowhere. There must be a better way of resolving this contradiction. Very well, Miss Meal, if you please. Tell me about your alibi during the time span. From just before we were to land at 3 a.m. and 6 a.m. when the body was found. Are you telling me I'm a suspect, Mr. Edgeworth? I can tell you this. I wasn't serving anyone from 3 a.m. to 6 a.m. because I was busy fucking the pilot. You know the Mile High Club? The pilot's part of that, like, every flight. It's kind of crazy. Thank God for autopilot. Yeah. From 3 to 4, I was, in the flight attendant's room, all by my lonesome self. Yeah. And from 5 to 6, I was, in the flight attendant's room, all by my lonesome self. Okay. How was a man supposed to react to a testimony like that? Miss Meal, wake up! She fell asleep again. Looks like the only way I'm going to be able to wake her up is by pressing her. Type of person to be hypnotized into things? No, she's just on hella fucking drugs, dude. Yeah, Francisca, we need your whip. No, but she would never whip a woman unless she's like super fucking annoying.
Hold it!
Bitch, wake up! Miss Meal! Miles Edgeworth, I demand that you do something about this flight attendant this instant! Why ask me to wake her when you can finally put that whip to an appropriate use? You know how I feel about women, Miles Edgeworth. It would be rude. From 3 to 4, I was in the flight attendant's room all by my lonesome self.
Hold it!
If I remember correctly, food was being served in first class in the lounge between the hours of 3 and 4 a.m. Yeah, but that kind of stuff's run by Miss Rita. What the fuck do you do then? Then what are you doing in the attendance room at that time? Eating and then having the most delicious dream. You mean you were neglecting your duties? No way! Sleeping's part of our job too, you know? Yeah.
Hold it!
Miss Meal, how many times do I have to repeat myself? Wake up! Meal isn't annoying enough for Francie? Well, consider this. Lotta was... Like, consider how annoying Lotta was, though. Like, that bitch was, like, withholding evidence several times. just for fucking... What, like a scoop to sell later? She's thinking about it, though. Oh, no, never mind.
Yeah, what did you whip me for, sir?
Oh, what a miss. I like whips. A poor detective being the receiving end of a lash in your stead. Really? Sorry about that. Why didn't you just whip me? I'm into it. You can make amends for that by continuing with your testimony. And from 5 to 6, I was in the flight attendant's room all by my lonesome self.
Hold it!
What a fucking testimony, bro. So you were alone the entire time, were you? Well, she didn't say where she was from 4 to 5. Consider that. Consider that. Wait. When the fuck was, restock? Oh, yeah, she was doing this. Wait, but no. Yeah, no one else even popped their head in to say hi. Oh, well, I think a contradiction just popped in to say hi. What should I do? Should I raise an objection? Wait, what? Do I have evidence? Oh! Yeah, Tenero did drop off the suitcase. Yeah. There it is. Okay. Miss Meal, there is a clear contradiction embedded in your testimony. Huh? What are you talking about? It's not possible that you were alone in the attendance room the whole time from 5 to 6 a.m. Because some bitch was busy spending $15,000 on fucking suitcases! Sorry.
Take that!
I wonder if you would be so kind as to take a look at this receipt, Miss Meal. A receipt? For what? It's for the suitcase Miss Tenera bought. Now, if I may direct your attention to the timestamp. As you can see, it clearly says 5:40 a.m. Miss Tenero. Yes? Who knew a poor habit would come in handy? It's hardly a poor habit, it's a fucking expensive-ass habit. Why's the killer here? I thought you'd have her locked up by now. I've requested that she be present as a witness so that we may straighten out your complex lie. Now then, oh. Sorry, hold on. Every time I hear this fucking bass line. Holy shit! God bless the arrangements in this fucking game, bro. Bless. Now then, Miss Tenera, between the hours of 5 and 6 a.m., you took a trip from your first class down to the first floor in-flight shop, correct? Yes, I went to the shop to buy a suitcase. After which I went straight to the attendance room to drop it off. And did you see Miss Meal there at the time? No. So, Miss Meal, where were you really between the hours of 5 and 6 a.m.? Like, all of the new arrangements... Oh, God. All of the new arrangements are so fucking good. Also, she can literally just say that Tenero's lying here. And that she, like, dropped off the fucking suitcase some other time, you know? Like, unless there's, like, security cams. Miss Cammy Meal. Huh? The bathroom? I'll be the one to ask the questions here. Yeah, maybe that's it. I probably just missed her. Nature calls, you know. Do you take me for a fool? That's kind of Franziska's thing. That's a little too convenient to be true. But it's the truth. Cross my heart. How is she so narcoleptic? It's either narcolepsy or like a really like concerning amount of drugs. I don't have enough conclusive proof to counter-argue her at this stage. You don't believe me, do you? But please, won't you give me a chance and hear me out? God, her eyes are so fucking dead, bro. Look, I know you're suspecting me because I'm one of the crew. But you'd think that maybe you should also suspect Miss Rhoda, too. She's the one in charge of the elevator keycard on the shop, you know? If you ask me, that makes her super suspicious. Please leave Miss Tenera out of the conversation. Only you are under suspicion for now. I don't get it. Why are you covering for Miss Rhoda all of a sudden? You wanna fuck her? That's crazy. I thought you were gay. That's crazy. Lord knows she just has a fucking weed smell that follows her everywhere. Yeah, for sure. Like, you know, that big-ass fucking, like, scarf on her neck is actually just stuffed with little baggies. I bet she's got some under her hat. Like, between her titties, probably. In that hair. In the plushie. Shit. Ah, now I get it. Maybe you've got your eye on Miss Rhoda. Wink, wink. Of course I'm keeping an eye on her. I can't very well let her escape, can I? Never mind. But, you wanna know something? Miss Rhoda actually kinda like... Oh, likes?
I have absolutely no interest in people who can't appreciate my sense of design.
Well, then stay single, then, I guess. No one's going to fucking like this. Upper tushy, Jesus. Must have been on that perk or something. Yeah, I don't know. Now's not the time for this sort of talk. Yeah, YouTube is kind of weird sometimes. Like, YouTube just randomly fucking blocks messages.
Hold it!
No, it's not the only reason I have for suspecting you. Your statements regarding Miss Hicks also turned out to be a bunch of lies. But say I wasn't an attendant, you wouldn't suspect me then, would you? Yes. I suppose that's true enough. Maybe you should also suspect Miss Rhoda, too.
Hold it!
She is already being detained for further questioning. Or have you already forgotten? Yeah. I guess I just forgot. You know, I think they tried to interrogate me earlier, but, like, they gave up after a while. Like, they said they were frustrated because, like, they couldn't get me to stay awake or something. I think they're just kinda pushy, you know?
Cammy, don't tell me you suspect me too.
Sorry, can't help it. I mean, other than you, there's no one else who could have done it.
I can't believe you would think that. I mean, me, a killer?
Miss Meal, what did you mean just now by no one else could have done it? She's the one in charge of the elevator keycard and the shop, you know?
Hold it!
And what are you in charge of, Miss Meal? Fucking the pilot. I take care of the attendance room. That doesn't count. Oh, but I spend so much time in there. Might as well be my responsibility.
Mr. Edgeworth, Cammy is very talented in languages. So she assists passengers who may not speak English. Especially those who speak Borginian. She's the only one on this flight who is fluent. Other than Mr. LeBlanc.
Oh, you mean that kind of what am I in charge of? Yeah, I still also fucked the pilot. Why didn't you say so in the first place? What else could I have meant? Yeah, so I'm really good at Borginian. She's fluent in Borginian. Then I suppose you're in charge of processing documents in Borginian. Ah, I take care of anything that has to do in Borginian. Interesting. You mean like that forged document? Bitch! Very interesting. If you ask me, that makes her super sus.
Hold it!
Like the hit 2018 video game Among Us. Also, speaking of Among Us, there's a fucking Edgeworth Among Us skin now, which is a fucking insane crossover that honestly makes a lot of sense, and I'm surprised it didn't happen earlier. But like the little Edgeworth like bean like crewmate is so fucking cute. It's so fucking cute. Actually, your on-the-job behavior makes you so super sus in my eyes. Huh? But why? While Miss Tenero is busy with passengers and all of her other duties, you have a lot of free time on your hands, thus providing you with ample time to commit the crime.
Objection!
Miles Edgeworth, I demand that you cease and desist in this line of conjectural questioning.
I won't allow you to bluff your way through this like a certain defense lawyer. Oh, that counts. That fucking counts. That counts as the that man mentioned. That's two, baby. Could all do an Among Us lobby one day? Yeah, that'd be fun. Ugh. But I do not honestly believe Miss Meal does any actual work aboard this flight. You can use the whip as a murder weapon. Oh god. Hope they add Francie's costume. Oh, that'd be sick. That's not true, Mr. Edgeworth. Although, well... all I'm in charge of are the attendance room and Sir Virginia and stuff.
Hold it!
So what exactly do you do as the one in charge of some Virginian stuff?
I do stuff like translate things from and into Virginian.
Cammy is the only member of the crew who understands Virginian, Mr. Edgeworth. Miss Meal, I take it then that your job is to process all of the Virginian paperwork.
Yeah, see, I totally pull my weight around here.
And it's a big weight. Do you see how massive my titties are?
I don't even have a bra supporting them because I forgot.
So it would appear. The Thinker statue is a pet to kill someone? I love the image of just like a photorealistic like render of the Thinker just like kind of hopping around behind a player. Perhaps I should ask her for a few more details about her work. And Miss Meal, it's very unladylike to push suspicion onto someone else.
That's not what I'm doing at all. I'm just saying that Miss Rhoda's very sus.
There you go, pushing everything onto her again.
I don't get what you're saying. It must be a really abstract concept, huh?
The only thing abstract here is the landscape inside your head. You daft bitch. Boop.
Objection!
There it is. She's not stupid yet she's so stupid. So you are the only one in this flight crew that speaks Borginian. Is that correct?
Yeah, I guess so.
I started abroad in Virginia for a while. If that is the case, then the signature on this document belongs to you, doesn't it? This is a falsified piece of documentation with only one purpose. To lead anyone who read it to believe that Mr. LeBlanc's statue was loaded in Europe. The only person who could have either prepared or processed this document in Borginian is you, Miss Meal.
Shut the fuck up.
Without your participation, the smuggling of the Alif Red could not have occurred. Don't sleep while I'm pointing my finger at you. It's kind of an epic moment for me. You're ruining the mood. Oh shit. What the fuck?
I wouldn't dream of falling asleep on you, Mr. Edgeworth.
What the fuck? Those weren't fucking like snot. That was Bubbles the entire time. What the fuck? that was a bubble wand the whole time.
It is exactly as you say.
Are you confessing to having participated in the smuggling?
No, far from it. It's true that I was the one who signed off on that document. But you can't use that fact alone to make your allegation of smuggling stick.
That's censored weed. For sure.
There's no direct correlation, after all. All you have is my signature on a piece of paper.
Really? All you did was sign it?
I neglected to check if the cargo had been loaded onto the plane properly. So, sorry about that.
It seems that she's finally woken up. This is going to be one tough fight.
Suppose.
and this is just a supposition, even if I was involved in the smuggling, you can't throw the charge of murder on me just like that.
Objection!
If you were involved in the smuggling, you would have a strong motive to kill. Agent Hicks was in the middle of an investigation regarding a smuggling ring. And just when he was about to close in, he's killed by a member of that ring.
Well, did you ever stop to think that maybe Rhoda is the smuggling ring member? After all, unlike me, Rhoda has access to many things on this plane for work purposes. Oh shit! What the fuck? Was she trying to shoot us with the fucking bubbles? Bitch, you ain't fucking Caesar Jojo. Caesar Geppelli? Geppelli? Zeppeli. Oh, So perhaps there is some element of setup at play in this case. What are you talking about? See, you locked yourself in as the killer the moment you had like a second personality, dude. Don't worry, I wasn't talking about you. I meant the killer. First, it was myself, and now it's Miss Tenero who's under the microscope. Seems to me that our killer is going to great lengths to pin this crime on anyone that can. You have no proof that Rhoda's being set up, or that she isn't. Actually, I believe that she was indeed the intended target from the very beginning. I believe that the plan was to push all of the blame for the crime onto her. And this evidence will prove my suspicions. This proves that the killer was out to frame Miss Tenero from the very beginning. The suitcase, I guess?
Take that!
The killer could have hidden the body anywhere, and yet they still chose the suitcase. Why is that? Perhaps it was to move the body up from the lower deck to the first floor. However, why go through the trouble to do so? Look at this Popeye-ass stance. No, that poor fucking plushie. Don't rip his hat off. That's rude. The only way all of these actions make sense is if the killer had wanted to frame Miss Tenero for the murder. Miss Tenero buys a suitcase on every flight she works without fail. And she spent fucking $15,000 on it. God damn. Listen, I'm rich, but I'm not that, flippant with my money. Why I oughta? But should her suitcase be switched with the one containing the victim's body, that would put her in a very tight spot. Unfortunately for the killer, the turbulence put an end to that plan. There wasn't enough time to put the body back into the suitcase. Ergo, hitherto, therefore, verily, they made do with whoever was at hand, adapted their plan, and tried to frame me as I lay unconscious on the floor from the turbulence. Listen, I just tripped. I tripped and I blacked out for a second, okay? It's not my fucking earthquake thing, okay? The killer then went to hide the suitcase in the in-flight shop and brought the piggy bank back to the elevator in order to fabricate a false weapon. A lot of work for a fruitless endeavor, wouldn't you agree? Sounds like the killer had a tough time too, huh? I mean, why'd the killer need to frame someone that badly anyway? That is because of the special circumstances surrounding this particular case. What special circumstance dictated the need for the killer to frame someone? When it took place? Oh, fuck. The murder took place before the movie was scheduled to go on. Around that time, almost all of the passengers had returned to their seats. Therefore, the killer had to choose someone who was not at their seat to frame. Isn't that an explanation for how the killer chose who and not why they had to? Well, I thought it best to start from there. If we are gonna talk about completely unrelated matters, do you mind if I take a nap? Shit. Hold on, I'm just getting to the meat of my argument. What special circumstance dictated the need for the killer to frame someone? Who? Who? Fuck. The cargo. Oh, it's where? Fuck. Cargo hold was proof of the smuggling. Yeah. The killer was at a loss for what to do with Agent Hicks's body, but as it just so happened, there was a bunch of empty suitcases nearby. Being a skinny man, being a fucking twink, the killer thought to put his body into the suitcase and hand it off. You mean that the whole plan to frame someone was an elaborate coincidence? No, that's not what I said. You've wrongly deduced my meaning, Miss Meal. The one with the wrong deductions is you. Think before you speak again. Bitch! Patience, Franziska! I was about to reveal the truth. Shit. Where? The special circumstance is simply that the murder took place on a plane mid-flight. No matter which country, customs is quite strict in this day and age. Does that imply that 9/11 happened? Like, if customs is strict? 9/11 happened in the Ace Attorney universe. So no matter what you do, the chances that the body will be found is very high. Therefore, there was no choice but to frame either Mr. Nero or myself. In other words, the only one who fits within the boundaries of this criminal's movements is not Mr. Nero or myself, but you, Miss Camille. Only you and you alone could be the killer. And? What of it, bitch? Yeah, so I killed a guy. Like, isn't that like what women power is all about? I ate dinner already. I was about to fall asleep again. Anyway, let's be honest here. You don't have anything on me, other than a whole lot of circumstantial evidence. Bitch. Ugh! There it is! This is my fucking favorite track! I fucking love this track! I love Crisis of Fate! It's so good! I guess there is no arrangement for this, I guess, but it's still such a fucking amazing track. I love it. I can see the outline of how the murder occurred, but I have no definitive evidence. And isn't there a piece of evidence that's still unaccounted for? The phone? Something that I still can't quite fit into the big picture. The phone.
Take that!
I don't have any actual evidence. I thought not. But that's because it went missing, and still is. Missing? What do you mean by that? In the complex puzzle that is this case, there was one piece I kept getting stuck on. And that is the victim's cell phone. Franziska, you were waiting at the airport for a phone call from Agent Hicks's cell phone. Or at least that's what you told me. That's right! But Agent Hicks's cell phone could not be found at the crime scene. You mean the killer took the phone with them? Precisely. I suspect that if we were to find that phone, it would lead us to the killer. Come on, get serious. If the victim fell to his death from that height, wouldn't his phone break as well? We won't know that until we try a little experiment, will we? Franziska, I'd like to ask for your assistance. You know the victim's phone number, do you not? Of course I do. Call him up. Man, you remember those brick-ass phones?
Agent Hicks's phone! It's ringing from somewhere, sir!
I hear it, Detective. Now where is it coming from? Sounds like the phone is up in the flight attendant's room.
We better hurry to the flight attendant's room, sir!
Look at him run. It sounds like it's coming from the flight attendant's room. I agree. Please don't hang up just yet. Let me find it first. That's fine, but let's just get one thing straight. Yes? Don't you dare answer his phone when you find it. Understand? His. Oh, right, his phone. I understand that you don't want to pay for the call. Yeah. It is an international call. But you're rich. Why do you care? Oh, it's so loud. Shut the fuck up.
The ringing's coming from somewhere in here, sir.
Leave no stone unturned, Detective Gumshoe. We must find it. Oh, it's literally right there. Oh, doesn't seem to be over here.
Let's look somewhere else, sir.
Wait, what? Really? The ringing is coming from somewhere around here.
But it's not here, sir.
Why do I have such a bad feeling about where we're going to find the phone? Oh, fuck. She put it in Tenero's locker! Fuck! It's not in her messy-ass bed, no. Fuck!
The ringing's coming from in here, sir.
What? No, it can't be.
This has gotta be the victim's cell phone. Just whose locker is this, sir?
It's Miss Tenero's.
What?
Shit. Well, I guess she did it. Case closed, everybody! Go to jail, Rhombus Lady! So, Mr. Edgeworth, how'd it go? Where'd you find the phone? I bet it was somewhere interesting, I found it in the flight attendant's room, in Miss Tenero's locker. What? But... You'd think there's hidden police officers on a flight ready to stop someone. Nah, this took place in first class. Do not go. Pass go. Do not collect 200. Rosa Tenero. I don't know anything about the phone. It wasn't me. It wasn't me. Miss Von Carmel, is it? I suggest you arrest Miss Rhoda Tenero right away.
Objection!
No, Wait. I have a theory. This is related to the incident with the keycard. When the killer went to steal the keycard, they conveniently stashed the cell phone in Miss Tenero's locker at the same time.
Objection!
This is related to the keycard, alright? Wait. But she would have had to steal the keycard first. Wait. No, but she would have had to steal the keycard first, then killed the guy, and then took his phone, and then put it back in the locker? In the same way that we have zero proof that the killer did just that. Ugh! The only voice that sings the truth is evidence. That is the one bird we cannot ignore. What should I do? Francisca's right. I can't offer baseless conjectures at this point. Alright then. Why did the culprit take the cell phone from Agent Hicks? It must have something very incriminating on it. On or in it.
Hold it!
What now, Miles Edgeworth? It's not over yet. We have yet to figure out why the killer took the phone. What? Inside this phone lies the final piece of incriminating evidence that will point us to our killer. Proof of the smuggling. Yeah. Oh, maybe he took like a photo. We need to examine this phone in more detail. It be cracked. The LCD is broken. Without a screen, you can't even place a call like this. Canberra. Ah, it's a camera lens. Come to think of it, I wonder, How exactly was Agent Hicks planning to preserve the crime scene of a smuggling? Franziska, I need you to confirm something. This cell phone, can it take pictures? This line really dates the game, huh?
Mr. Edgeworth, I can't believe you don't know about this kind of basic stuff, sir. Even I have the new iPhone.
It looks like a very similar model to my own. And mine can take photos just fine. Do you think Agent Hicks could have taken some pictures with this? In particular... Oh shit! Da na da 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 da. Da na da 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 da. Da na 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 na. Oh! Fuck. What's the, like, I don't remember, like, there's an official name for this track now, but, the fan translation of it was Lying Coldly. I think it's, like, Chasing Down the Truth now. Oh, but I fucking love it. Dun, 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 dun. In particular, pictures as evidence for his smuggling case. I fucking love it, dude. I can't. If so, I'd say there may be some very inconvenient photos in there for our killer smuggler. Pursue the truth fast version. Oh, okay. Bet Gumshoe has the latest iPhone 3G. Actually, no. I retract that bit. Gumshoe would never be able to afford Apple products. Gumshoe has like a real fucking brick phone. You know, the big chonkers that straight up are not really mobile at all. Wait.
But the phone's all busted up, sir.
Even a super prosecutor can't repair a broken phone. Yeah, but you can still get the data off it, you dumb bitch.
Ugh! I'll find a way, don't you worry about that.
May I go back to sleep now?
Objection!
Nuh-uh. The LCD screens on the inside and outside are broken, that's for sure. But that's also reason enough to believe that the killer wasn't able to erase the data. What? What do you mean by that, Franziska? It looks like our killer isn't very familiar with electronics. This phone still rang when I called it, meaning that only the LCD screens are broken. It's possible that the photos are... Fuck. Are still there inside, waiting to be accessed. All we need to do is transfer the data to my phone. How? Thank you. Franziska, your phone, if you please. Very well. Do you just have the fucking cable on you? Like, how are you navigating without the LCD? Displaying now. This is... I guess just the lack of the statue. Old SD cards. Oh yeah, old SD cards. Yeah. Agent Hicks was most certainly trying to obtain some evidence for his smuggling case.
Hey, the Aleph Red's nowhere in this picture.
But this has no meaning as a piece of evidence in this murder case, right?
No, she's right. There's not much we can find out from this about Agent Hicks's killer, sir.
Is this it? Is this the end? Is there really nothing in this photo that we can use? I don't see anything. The bed sheets? Like, what? Is there something significant about the bed sheets? Because they're still here. Hold on. Boxes of bed sheets. These are still in the cargo hold, though. There's nothing unusual about them in particular, but I can't shake the feeling. If you're just playing around, mind if I go home? Yes, I mind! What exactly is different between then and now? What is different between then and now? I don't know, dude! Latches? Extra boxes? I don't know, man. Like... Oh. I didn't... I thought these were just, like, random-ass boxes. I didn't think they were relevant. What's all this? Oh! They're cargoes shipped from Virginia to Zhengfa. So the reason they aren't here now is that they were dropped off in Zhengfa. Mr. LeBlanc, can you tell me the contents of the boxes? Unfortunately, there's no English written on them anywhere. One cluster of boxes is written in Borginian. It says, bleh, it is cloth in English. Cloth? Could it be? Is this for the killer? What? What for is that scary face? Miss Meal. Yes. It appears that Agent Hicks was no ordinary investigator. He left us with a piece of evidence, after all. A striking piece that will point out who his killer is! Bow, bow, bow. I'm confused, though. Like, how does that help our case, though? Huh. Maybe you shouldn't force your mistaken reading of a simple picture, Mr. Edgeworth. The Virginian cargo and this piece of evidence will point us straight to the killer. I mean, I guess the fucking cloth, but like, I don't get it.
Take that!
And what is that supposed to prove? I don't know. It's the only thing that's relevant. The killer used this piece of cloth to wipe up the blood they had spilt. But there was one thing that bothered me this whole time. Where did it come from? And now I have finally found my answer in this very photo. The cargo that was unloaded in Zhengfa had cloth written on it. In Borginian, that is. Oh, shit! Oh, fuck! Only Cammy can read that, and like, if anyone else had done it, they would have just gone for the fucking bed sheets, bro! That's crazy. And this is where the killer grabbed a piece from to clean up the blood with. That's right. The killer was someone who could read and understand Borginian. And the only crew member that fits that description is you, Miss Camille. Hold on. Huh, that's pretty flimsy. The killer probably searched through all the boxes looking for something to use. When you're frantic, you don't care if the box is in English or Virginian.
Objection!
Sorry, but I cannot agree with your assessment of the killer's indiscriminate nature, because unlike you... Well, no. Like, unlike the Virginian, everyone on this fucking flight can speak English, bitch! What? There was no need for the killer to tear through boxes at random at all. And if the killer supposedly could not comprehend Virginian, well then. Logically, the killer would have opened this box first. Bed sheets. Yeah, if they understood English, they would have grabbed the bed sheets before they would have, like, searched through the fucking Virginian boxes, you know?
Hey, it says bed sheets in English right on the box, sir. I can read that. Haha, I'm a smart guy.
Precisely. And if someone as fucking stupid as Gumshoe can read it, then anyone on this flight can read it, okay? But no, the killer elected to choose the Borginian cloth. And bed sheets would be perfect for cleaning up blood, wouldn't you say? So what are you trying to say? that if I were the criminal, which I'm not, to be fucking clear, this box of bedsheets would have been what I would have spotted first. However, the killer chose to use some Borginian cloth. Do you have an explanation for that? The killer didn't want anyone to know that that the real scene of the crime was this cargo hold. So they were afraid to leave signs that the box for the sheets had been opened. However, the Borginian cloth, well, that's a horse of a different color. Because the killer knew that it was going to be unloaded in the Republic of Zhengfa. Oh, wait, she chose that on purpose. Oh, but you fucked up, bitch. You fucked up, you didn't put it back. You fucking idiot. That's right. That is why the Borginian cloth was used. And the only Borginian reader on board who could make such a calculated decision is you, Camille. You and you alone. What the fuck is that gonna do? Listen, I like my plushies. I have like a billion of them. They're not gonna fucking protect you from shit. Especially not from the law. You now have 3 brain cells. Hell yeah, you've been collecting that IQ, man. It would be very easy for us to confirm if any of the boxes were resealed. All we would have to do is contact the Zhengfa authorities in time. We may even find other evidence to incriminate our killer within those boxes. So what do you say, Miss Meal? Why not confess to your crime here and now? Or would you rather wait and see what we find out from our investigation in Zhengfa? Fuck. Fine. Shit. No! How the fuck are you hurting yourself with your own bubbles? Caesar Zappelli? He was Interpol. I couldn't stop it. I brought him here. He started taking pictures. I couldn't be found out. I was scared. I was in trouble. Come on, moment. Get over bubbled somehow. Oh, that's another one for the books, detective.
We finished making all the arrangements to take the suspect in, sir.
Very good, detective. What about the smuggling route? Did she say anything about that?
They're taking her down to the precinct now. Hopefully we can get more out of her there. Whenever we even approached the topic, she just started foaming at the mouth.
Well, are you sure that was foam and not, bubble solution?
It was scary, sir.
She probably wasn't prepared to commit a murder all of a sudden. One thing's for sure, though. The ring behind this whole mess means serious business. It looks like there's a lot more to this case than meets the eye. Hello.
Mr. Edgeworth. I just wanted to say how much I appreciate everything you did. Thank you very much.
It was nothing. In fact, I should be the one thanking you for your cooperation.
But truly, if it wasn't for you, I might not be here right now. Instead, I can continue to serve our passengers as a flight attendant. I hope that, well, please accept this as a token of my appreciation.
Absolutely fucking not. I'm so fucking sorry. I cannot take this. If I take this, it's like revoking my gay card. I hope you understand. Like, I cannot be caught dead carrying this fucking suitcase. I'm so fucking sorry, ma'am. That's...
I see. You don't have to take it if you don't want it.
No, I mean, I would never turn down a lady's generous offer.
Oh, thank you. I'm sure it will serve you well. And remember, we here at GoU Airlines are always ready to serve, Mr. Edgeworth.
Thank you. I'll keep that in mind.
Now I must bid you farewell. May all your skies be blue no matter where you go.
And give it to Gummy? Yeah, I fucking hope so. Gumshoe, take this fucking thing away from me. I cannot... I cannot fucking touch this.
I can't believe we wound up investigating the whole day, sir, but boy, was it fun!
Speak for yourself. My day was filled with earthquakes, elevators, and false charges. Again! God, I thought I was over this. Now I'm, like, re-traumatized all over again. God, I'm gonna have to fucking tell my therapist about this. By the way, where's Franziska?
Oh, she's filling out some customs paperwork for her departure.
Departure?
Yeah, Miss Von Karma's always really busy, sir. She's been flying from country to country to chase down some leads regarding her case.
Detective, can you cancel the car I had you reserve earlier?
You got it, sir!
Hope Springs Airport. Miss Tenero should probably be less married to a service profession. I mean, she's trying to hustle those fucking suitcases, I guess. She's trying to, you know, unlock her inner artist. It's just unfortunate that her inner artist is fucking blind! Hello, sister. Franziska. I thought I told you when you first landed. I have no time for idle chatter. I have no intention of wasting your time. However, it has been a while since we last met. I also have no time for such familiar reminiscences. Just who do you think I am? What, you want to talk about how shitty Papa was? Fuck you! You are Franziska von Karma, a very proud prosecutor deserving of much respect. Until only a little while ago, I was but a wretched mutt who was always losing to you. A dancing Piero, living her life on the name and fame of her her invincible father built. True. Your father, Manfred von Karma, didn't lose a single case for 40 years as a prosecutor. However, he did it by being a fucking shameless cheat, and he murdered people, Franziska. Don't hold yourself to his standard. Also, come on. Let's be real. We're both gay, and we both know he was probably homophobic as shit. Listen, you didn't get to start dating, Miss... what was her fucking name again? Reynolds? Like Miss Andrews? You wouldn't be able to date Miss Andrews if you were still under your father's tutelage, okay? However, I wouldn't say he was invincible. He was taken down by my boyfriend. What are you talking about? The group I'm on the trail of is a little more troublesome than most. The smuggling route we found this time is only one sliver of the big picture. Sounds like a dangerous assignment. You really don't have to worry. I can take care of myself. Yes, I suppose you can. Plus, there is another agent on this case with me. Oh? Another agent? Who? He's a star among Interpol agents and has the highest successful arrest rate. Who knows? You may even run into him one day. I was simply caught up in this one case. I hardly see why we would cross paths. I suppose. But I doubt you would say the same. I'm not following you. You'll understand soon enough. The fight has only just begun, Miles Edgeworth. I'll be back in this country soon enough. And when I am, you can be sure I'll pay you back in full. Okay, just don't get shot again, bitch.
And just like that, she's gone, huh, sir? Yeah. Thank goodness, I can finally rest easy knowing I won't have to watch out for a whip.
Detective Gumshoe, I want to thank you for all of your help and cooperation.
Oh, it was nothing, sir. I was just happy to be able to work with you again. Oh, I think I'm gonna celebrate by adding a little extra salt to my instant noodles tonight.
Gumshoe, it's already like 50% of your sodium intake daily. You've probably got way too much sodium in your blood right now. Please don't. Just how much did you cut his salary by, Franziska? Well, not that I can say anything. Detective, I was wondering if you might give me a ride down to the prosecutor's office?
Sure thing, sir. I'll even fly down the road in the patrol car if you want.
Don't make me remind you, Detective. Safety first. Thus, I solved the first case upon my arrival home. No one has to. That bullshit mad fucking ugly as hell. Poor man needs a raise. Yeah. Yeah, he does. Franziska von Karma, the smuggling route she was after. The leaders of that ring had already put their trump card into play. And the play is on the other side of this wall. They would begin to make themselves known through the next incident. Oh shit. Edgeworth speaking? Ah, finally. I called who knows how many times earlier, but I couldn't get through. And you are? Have you forgotten my voice, Miles, my boy? Who? Mr. Amano. Ernest Amano, correct? Who? Who? Wait, who? Who the fuck is Ernest Amano? Wait, is that someone I know from, like, the trilogy? So you do remember me. I know it's rather sudden, but I can't ask this of anyone else. There's been an incident, Miles. My son, he's been kidnapped. Who the fuck are you? I don't remember you. Who is this? The end of this case. Find out later. Oh, okay. I thought this was just like a character that I knew about but didn't recognize for whatever reason. It's Zhilong Lang. It's Zhilong Lang. Ah! Oh man, boy. Oh, I've been listening to the mini album. The mini album that came out with this collection. And holy shit. The fucking like remix of Zhilong Lang's theme. Holy fuck, it goes so hard. Jesus Christ. I'll post it in the Discord later. By the way, if you haven't already, join the Discord. We have fun there because, you know, we just kind of fuck around. But that's that for Ace Attorney Investigations. Ooh, new items in the gallery. That's that for this episode of Ace Attorney Investigations. Let's fucking go! Oh god. I legit don't remember anything about the rest of this game other than like extraterritorial rights, and that's literally it. And I haven't played the second part, so, or the second game rather. So, all right. Well, then I guess I'll be back with this game next week. Probably on Tuesday. I'll probably do Chronicles Monday and this Tuesday. But tomorrow, I will be back on Twitch with Genshin. Maybe do some more fucking Natlin plot. It's taken me long enough. Alright, I'll see you all then. Peace. Bye-bye.